Yeah. Yeah, I mean, math is, it's fun. It's fun. But like I think it's like past the integrals and stuff like that. It's like math is too,
Man, yeah,
yeah, it starts to be like, oh shit, like you taking up the whole page to do one problem. It's like, oh no. I
yeah,
like
yeah.
I was just
But
solving.
yeah, I try to go at my own pace, no
Yeah.
pressure, just
There's no pressure. Yeah. It's
try to enjoy it, progression thing. Try to enjoy it.
yeah, man. So what are your plans for like 2024?
Oh, I try to get like 4 courses,
Mm-hmm.
like which is like statistics, math, and some programming, so I can like get better job in data science,
Mm-hmm.
and that's the goal. And then try to get some gym goals too.
How's like life outside of that? Like how is dating? How's that? How's that going?
Oh, yeah, I'm like with my girlfriend for 1 year and pretty good so far.
Oh shit, you've been dating for a year?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
You're not gonna pull any of that Jeremy shit. Good luck with your future.
I mean, I found good one, so let's see how it goes. But if shit goes south, I have my back door. Yeah.
I sent that message to my ENTP friend Kyle, and he off rip knew all this guy's ENTP. It was like he
Yeah,
knew
yeah.
immediately. I was like, holy shit. That's funny. Like ENTPs, like if you like he says, um, if somebody takes it somewhere, he'll go to that level, no matter what it is. Like if you're yelling at him, he'll take it up to that level. And then
Oh,
like it's kind of like weird. Kind of like water, where it's kind of like you go to and you kind of notice that with like Kevin Samuels, if a woman came onto the show and she was kind of like very disrespectful, he would like immediately go like crazy to that level. And if somebody
oh
came
yeah,
on,
yeah,
they're like super respectful, and then he is like super respectful, like he's matching
yeah. We
her
can
energy.
definitely hand it back to you if,
Yeah, it's funny, man. Oh,
like
you
you
got
said, we
any
can be dirtbags.
you got any SE demon stories?
Oh no, I recognize it when it's happening, but I try to be like instead of envious, because I
Mm-hmm.
recognize envy breaks me down. So I try to be like more compassionate.
Yeah, yeah. I definitely have a ton of like just SE demon stories
Yeah.
just from Kyle because we go out every
Uh-huh.
weekend. So like, there's a ton of SE demon stories. Like, and like,
Oh, he try fights or
yeah, if somebody like fucks with him, instantly goes SE demon. What's up, Kasim?
Just got out of bed.
Look at this guy. What's up, Andy?
You're
oh,
live.
Huh?
Oh man, how you guys doing, man?
Good, good, man. How's the looks maxing going, Kasim?
Ah, shit.
What's so
Man,
funny, man? Huh?
uh, I realized I was breathing. I was like, I was breathing in and out wrong. I was breathing in both. No, no, no. Wait. For example, at bench press, I was breathing. I was breathing in when I was pushing.
Mm-hmm.
The concentric, and I was breathing out when I was doing the eccentric. That's
Mm-hmm.
why I wasn't making good gains, and I was just gaining a lot of fat. But now since yesterday, I've been doing it correctly. Like shoulder press, bench press, being like,
You said your breathing was the reason why you was gaining fat. That don't make no sense, Kasim.
no, no, fingers, no, no, listen, yeah, no, listen.
You gain weight because you're eating, dude. You don't gain weight because you're
No, no,
breathing.
no, 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 no. Even Ben said I was gaining mostly water weight. Thing is though, like when you're like pushing, yeah, when
Mm-hmm.
you're doing the what is it, the concentric, you're like that's fine though. Like concentric, you can breathe in, that's fine. But like when you're like breathing out doing the centric, you're not like controlling the weight properly. You get what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, but that is not gonna make you lose or gain weight, dude. What's gonna make you lose and gain weight is eating too much. It's calories in, calories out, man.
yeah,
You
It's
gain
not
that's
the
those.
the
same way.
system.
And like sometimes it's hard to explain, bro. Like I don't know. It was just causing me to gain a lot of weight, though. I don't know.
No, dude, you were slacking and you weren't working out and you were fucking eating. That's what was causing you to gain weight.
Oh, I don't
Yeah,
really
gotta track your calories, man.
honestly, Christian,
Victor, you
man.
ever heard that before? That breathing was causing him. He said breathing was causing him to gain weight.
Guess he was talking about some mind-muscle connection, but it's
I
like,
don't know what he's
Where's
talking.
Christian? I honestly, Christian, man.
You should be coming in here soon. How are you, Andy?
Doing
Hmm?
good.
How's YouTube going?
Because I am going to be more focusing on being a teacher at a learning center, I'm going to be pushing the YouTube like a little bit further because I'm going to be focusing on that. But because I've been very sick, my voice is not so good. So I'm going to try working on that later this month.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Any goals you got for 2024?
I'm going to try to get better at being more talkative by like trying to teach more of the children better and get better at explaining how to do certain problems during their homework. And that's what I'm going to work on.
Oh man, very outcome focused. um, anything new? Anything new?
There's not anything new, but actually I started to get a little bored of Minecraft, surprisingly.
Oh,
So
What's right?
I'm just going to try finding new things to do.
mm-hmm.
yeah, man, video games are bad.
What did you say, Victor?
I say video games are bad. Now I just remove them. And if I want to play like something in my free time, it's chess.
Yeah, Christian loves video games for de-stressing. He's like everybody's gonna find a way to de-stress. So the
Yeah.
video games like work for you, it work for you. Me, I had to stop playing video games because like every new video game is like it's such a grind now. Like it's
Yeah, man, such a time sink.
like it's just like no, it's like not even that. It's like they update the game in 3 months from now. It's like you gotta do the same shit over again and it like never stops. It's like you're always grinding and
Same.
like people are always getting better and better. And like if you don't practice and your skills don't go up, then you start losing and
Yep.
you just like, I'm like, no. No. And then like if you take time off in the game and then you play it, and then your friends like, man, you suck. You know, you're like, no. I was playing what was it? Apex with Christian. And like
Oh, I see.
Christian's just a lot better than me at shooting games. Shooting games, he's just
What's
way
his type?
he's ISTP.
Oh, of course.
But he's way better at shooting games than me. And I'm like trying, like, I'm trying hard. And then he keeps like talking shit, like, man, you fucking suck. And then like at the end of the game, like, because it's like a kind of what is it called? Forget what the type of game is where it's like they drop a whole bunch of teams in a map and then
Battle Royale.
Battle Royale is a battle royale, right? And we'll be like the last team, right? Sometimes. And if I'm the last person, like I just fuck up at the end. I just fuck up. And
Yeah.
Christian's like, he's like, Mercer, dude's over here. I'm like, yo, just shut the fuck up. Let me concentrate because he's like, dude's over here and then dude's over there. And I'm like, and I end up getting killed. And he's like, God damn, he was right there. And I'm like, yo, shut up. Just shut up. If I'm the last person alive, just shut up. Don't like mess with my concentration. But I had to stop, man, because people you start losing, and then people start blaming you because they play
Yeah,
nonstop.
it gets
I had to
toxic.
quit that game. But
definitely ISTP are really talented at video
yeah,
games.
they're really good at shooting games. Very good.
Yeah, it's amazing.
So
That's why also I stopped, because after 3 months you have to relearn the meta.
yeah, that's what I said. It's like it's a complete grind. That is, like
And if I put that time towards something else, even if I don't get first place, I still win,
like
But
you said, like
in a game, you lose.
3 months from now, they scrap the meta, and then the new character is the best character, or like they buff some character and take away some other character. Then you gotta switch characters. It's like, oh, it's too much shit for me, man.
Yeah,
It's too much going on. Anything else?
I think that's it.
Okay.
Actually, I'm going to be improving on makeup.
On makeup.
Yeah, just improving on my skills.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna ask because this is a question I was thinking about this week. What do you think is more important, your family or the family that you meet? If and why? Just a question I was just thinking about the other day, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna ask people that.
Is this to everybody?
Yes, this is everybody.
Well, I think it's both about like your family, is still important piece. That's why we have families, right? I'll give you an example. So back with the philosopher Plato proposed to have a republic where it's not based on blood ties. All your children are taken away from their families and raised separately together.
Mm-hmm.
And the idea is like everyone serves the republic, but that goes against people's natural inclinations to take care of their children. So it's logical and practical to have people take care of their children because people are just going to naturally devote more time and energy. And like if people like spend their time and energy into their family ties, societies can do better in general. Of course, people could have crappy families. In that case, there's a degree of what is your individual situation. Like if it's a really crappy family, then maybe you want to cut ties and the family that you form is more important. But it's still important to like consider that blood ties are actually important. Like it's natural that if you have kids, you want to care about them more than the neighbor's kid, right? You're not gonna like somehow be neutral.
But what about like brothers, sisters, cousin, uncles, that type of stuff? Not like your kids, but like the brother, sister,
Well, maybe
cousin.
like a couple of my uncles could go fuck themselves. I don't know.
Wait, can I answer now?
Yeah, go ahead, go for Kasim.
Well, Ben told me most parents are emotionally unavailable towards the children. Ben.
I mean, I think personally for me, I think the people that I meet in my life and are more, I think because the people you meet in your life, you actually choose. Family, you don't choose. And a lot of family members are negative and they actually take away your energy. So my thought was, and I was talking to Kyle about it, it's like, I actually resonate more with my friends than anything, than family. I don't know. Like there's some people I'm close with in my family, and there's some people like a lot of them like I'm not very close with at all. But like my friends, like I absolutely love,
Yeah, same with me, bro.
It's like sometimes
Where's
I
Christian,
think
bro?
about
Where's
like if
Christian, man?
let's say for instance I go to like a Thanksgiving or something, I lose a lot of energy being there. Like it drains the shit out of me. Like when I'm around my friends, I'm not getting fucking zapped. But when I'm around like family, like you got to be nice and all this other stuff, and it's like zap, and
like a job.
I'm done. And then like Kyle made a pretty good point. He said like, what he said, Jesus couldn't get praise in his own hometown or something like that. It was on the line of like even in his hometown, like nobody would show up. So it tells you like people are very familiar with you or grew up with you. Even if you are going to do great things, they're going to look at you as the same person they grew up with. So I don't know, but anyway,
That's true, bro. Good point. Anyway, guys, I need to go get ready, go gym. How long this MegaLive gonna be for?
hey, as long as you guys want. But Andy, what do you think about that? What do you think? You think family? How do you,
Wait, can you say that again?
Guys,
which one do you think is more valuable? Your family or the family you create with friends and everything like that? Or do you think the family that you have is? Some people would say, I don't know. I guess I'm weird because I say like my friends are a little bit more important to me as a person.
Yeah, I believe that the family you create is more important because my parents, I do not really know them. I think it is important to learn more about them, but it's better to hang out with people that have the same interests as you, and you can connect well with them, and we can go through life with them through our interests.
Yeah. Asma, you there? Asma, is she there? I don't know. Anybody else want to answer that question?
I'm here.
What do you think about that? You think your family is important, or do you think the people that you create, like
The family is important, and for me, the family is before everything. My parents, my siblings, my husband, and my cat is everything in my life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I knew somebody was gonna take that.
Hello.
I knew somebody was gonna take that. What about you, Victor?
I think I'm not gonna be stuck in my super ego just for my family.
Huh?
I won't be like stuck in my super ego or like subconscious just because family wants it. I think brands might be sometimes like help you be yourself. So it's more important for yourself.
Yeah, I feel the same way. It's kind of like you feel like when you're around family and stuff, it's just like, oh my God, so fucking draining. It's like, oh my God.
Yeah, I mean, I love them. Yeah.
Get some coffee, bro.
Hmm?
I drank coffee before this. Go drink some coffee, also.
No, I'm not saying. I'm saying being around family is like draining. Like you, like all of a sudden, like you gotta, like somebody got a annoying uncle or annoying cousin that just like does crazy stuff, and you got to put up with that person. And then you might have some crazy grandma, or like it's just, oh God, it's just a drain fest. Like,
Yeah, I'll get you.
I feel like. Sorry.
Hello.
Yeah.
So can you guys hear me?
Santos, is that you?
All right.
Anyway, guys, I'm off. See you.
All right,
Okay, so
take it easy.
I think I'm going to go on a tangent here, but I think the way I would look at it, like in general, it's like, okay, like you could be watching a movie, right? And if you're not paying attention to something deliberately, you actually miss a lot out of it.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, what I mean here is like with family, it's like you're not choosing, you're not the one making the effort. But with friends, you're the one making the effort. So I think, how exactly do I put it? I think maybe it's like you'll be more invested in your friends, and the should actually be stronger than that of family, because this is something deliberate, not something that you were forced into.
Yeah, 100% agree. Leon, so tell us, because you got to go soon. So go and tell us about things that happened for you.
Yeah. Well, things are going good on. You wanted about things have been going great on that front. So I've meeting with someone I find we're mutually interested in each other. We're actually like very similar in a way. So we're both therapists. We like to go travel. Sense of adventure is there. We both like learning Spanish too. We lived abroad before. Spiritual. We were both into spiritual stuff, and that's how we met. We met through like a spiritual center. So I'm glad. I felt like it's
what's her personality type?
ENFP.
Huh?
She's an ENFP.
ENFP? ENFP
Yes.
and INFP? Ah.
Yeah.
So
you have concerns about that?
No. I just think it's
good.
It's NF. I always think like people should overall it's like the same category, almost like NFs with NFs, because they're both idealistic together.
Yeah. We're both delusional together.
Utopia.
Yeah. But it's good. I felt like this has been like the product of hard work. So like the dating thing, like I moved away from online dating and I focus on my dating person. So like in terms of approaching others, first with speed dating, like speed dating, at first I didn't do that well, but then every single time I went, I improved my skills. So like, the progress was, up and down like this, but it's generally going up. And speed date, every single time I just did better, got more matches each time. And then I became like not even interested in speed dating. And I went to like just go to places where I'm like really interested in and making sure that I talk with a girl. Like every single time I go somewhere interesting, I always talk and try to have like a good long conversation with her, and then like if I'm interested, like immediately ask for like to ask her out. So, but that took a lot of like bravery. I remember when I decided on that, I was like afraid, like, you know, I go to a place uh, which involves my interest, and I'll be kind of afraid. Like someone seems kind of interesting, but I'll be afraid to approach her. But I set the intention in my mind. When I keep it in my mind and I'm focused, next time I try to do it, then it becomes automatic. So every single time it's like I automatically do that behavior, and it's like so much more effective than what I'm doing before. They say the 80-20% rule, right? So you do always go for the 20% of the activity that's working, and you go away from the 80% that's not giving you a lot of results. So like just try to do everything with like online dating or speed dating and all that. It had its place in the past. It taught me a lot of stuff, but like I just focused on like what gave me more quality. So I think speed dating, the not on average, the quality of the person you meet is more than online dating. And then like if you go to a place where you meet people, like you go to a place which has your interest, and the quality immediately shoots up again. And like if I'm not like if I meet like a girl and I don't we don't connect, I always try to find an opportunity to turn to a positive thing, so I always win. So I just like there's one girl that I thought was attractive, and I talked with her. I said, you know, I'm not like connecting with her, but she'll be good on my YouTube channel. So I invited her to my YouTube channel to talk. So just like always like finding win, or like try to find a way to, even in a small way, like
the win-win.
decide, yeah, find something that's positive in her and just bring it up, even though you don't want to, like, you're not interested in that person anymore. So always like bring something positive, bring something good, and always learn something. Like everyone has a story behind them, so you always get new information. So it doesn't turn out to like you don't find someone that you're interested in romantically. You always find interesting information. So I think after all that, been able to find this person.
Oh wow, man! I'm proud of you, man. The adventure's over for Leon.
Yeah,
Chris,
well,
you
I don't
hear
want to
that?
call it too early.
Hey, Chris, you hear that? Remember Leon was asking for the dating advice. That's one thing I've noticed about Leon. Leon will like, hey, he will write down them tips and he gonna go use them. I like you, Leon. You do your homework, man. Yeah, I
I
ain't
do
at
my
his
homework. Yeah.
ass. It's like he just sits down, he does his homework, and Leon's gonna go try that shit. It's crazy. You see a lot of people not try any of that stuff, or like in general, it's pretty tough.
Right.
Christian,
Like
what are you
intp.
doing?
Sorry, man. I just got home. What's up? What's up?
Yeah, I
So
was just saying. You remember Leon was asking us for dating advice a while ago. Now he's found his partner. And he was just going over how his methods for actually how he increased trying speed dating and all that, and stop online dating. I'm like, damn, Leon, you should write a book, man.
so he found somebody?
Yeah. He said he didn't want to put too much bad juju on it, but
Yeah.
Okay. And you did it through speed dating.
no.
No.
That was just a way to involve his game. Like he started online dating, then he stopped online dating, and then he started speed dating, and then he just said, "Fuck it, I'm gonna just go out and just start talking to people and making the interactions
Okay.
better and better." And then,
So you did it out on the field.
Yeah.
Okay, good,
fucking
good.
crazy, right?
And what setting did you pick? Like what
Well,
was
because I like spirituality stuff, so I went to a spiritual center. Went to
okay,
yeah.
so in what kind of sense? Like a church or like something like that?
Oh, it's like a yoga place.
Oh, like yoga. Okay.
Oh shit,
Yeah.
yeah, yoga
Perfect.
place.
Yeah.
So there you go.
But yeah, but I think it's like I kind of like trusted myself instead of just casting my net everywhere. It's just to be you know, I could trust I have my own niche, and I could find it's easier to find someone if I just narrow down what my niche is.
Hey,
Look
my
at
boy
that.
Leon out there just swinging.
Look
Yeah.
at that.
I mean,
Someone
it works with like finding clients with psychotherapy. Like if you you know, people are like afraid of not getting clients, so they might just like say I do everything as a psychotherapist, but then you don't get clients. But then if you just get specifics, like I do this, suddenly you get clients. And I feel like it seems to be the same with dating, at least from my experience.
so you basically
Leon,
found
you
your
need to write a book.
Yeah.
Right.
You need to write a book, man. Just
So
like
you
Robert
Okay.
Greene, write a fucking book, man. You'll help a lot of people. Because if an INFP can do it, there's no excuse for anybody else not doing it.
that's what we've been saying though. Just find your archetype, right? And go
Right.
to where you're wanted. You don't go, to the general population, because then you got to fit the general population mold,
Right.
You have to find a setting where your archetype is appreciated.
Right. Yeah, that's a good point to that. And the problem is like if you go to the general public, is you end up catering to them, right? You end up catering.
Yeah, you cater to the lowest common denominator.
Right, exactly.
So then you literally cannot be yourself. You literally just have to.
Right. You get off purpose, basically, because you're trying to like please others.
Yeah.
But it's not like I think everything has its place. Like I think if you go to the general public, you at least learn how to talk with people or try to listen to them.
Mm-hmm.
But afterwards, it's like that period is over, I think.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. Dion, what's up, man? We can't hear you, Dion.
What's going on? What's going on, everybody? How everybody doing?
What's up, Dion?
What's going on? What's going
Long time
on?
no see, man.
Christian, Gabby, Andy, Victor, Jordan, Santos, Vichy, what's going on? What's the topic?
And we were just, I had this huge topic earlier, y'all fucking missed it. And I want to ask you motherfuckers this shit for real. What is more important, the family you create or the family you're born into?
The family you create.
The family you create is like kind of like the friends you meet, stuff like that, or do you say like your family is the more important?
I would say the family you create. I mean, you can't pick which family you're born into. And then I think like, personality type shows a lot of the differences. I was just explaining that to my family members earlier. Like you're not gonna think the same or feel the same as another individual just because you're born into that family. So a lot of times if you don't have family members, it's always about who has your best interest at heart than just what kind of family you're born into.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say the family you create.
Yeah, because what about you, Christian?
What's more important towards what? Because more important is so general. Like, what do you mean? More important for what?
More important to me, I feel as though if you're around family, like a lot of times family like tear you down, they're not trying to bring you up. Like a lot of times you'll meet people in the world that'll do way more for you than your family will do. If anything, they're kind of like see you kind of like in a negative light or something, or like they could be people that actually hold you back. A lot of times, a lot of people end up being held back by their family.
It depends on the situation, because like your family could be so bad that you go nowhere. Like you could be born into such a bad situation that is literally impossible for you to get out of. So in that sense, it's like you basically get your legs chopped off as soon as you're born. You know what I'm saying? So in that sense, it could be more important. Now, if you have like an average family, like where they're not that bad, I guess like after a while, they stop mattering as much. You know what I mean? Like as you become an adult or whatever, now it's kind of up to you and the people that you surround yourself with. But when you look at it in the original, my original concept, to where like your family's so bad that you go nowhere, is kind of like, it's very important. It's very, very important what family you're born into.
I think it's very important to break off from them. Honestly, like if your family's like toxic as shit, you gotta break the fuck off.
But if they're bad enough, you literally cannot. If
you better figure out a way.
Can I?
But it's not that easy. Like you could say that because, bro, I know you personally. Your family's not that bad, bro. Like your family's, they pretty much made sure that you were gonna make it.
Yeah.
But I give a Mercer saying too. I mean, I give what both of you guys are saying, but to his point, it's like, and I get what you're saying too, Christian. But I think it's more like, see, what I realize is that your family, like I said, your family is not thinking the same way that you think. They're not feeling the same way that you feel. So you can feel low. And let's say you adamant about all these different goals. Your family's gonna always feel like they putting you down or talking you out of it, even though you hyped up to go do this particular thing. So you may tell them, oh, we've been doing this whole thing wrong with our family. We've been eating the wrong foods. And you kind of come tell, they're like, well, who are you? We raised you. I think that's just family. just regular family metrics, but you got to kind of push past that. So like oftentimes, and I think you put this in the post earlier, like basically like just stop telling people what, stop telling them and then just let it show. And I think that may change the dynamics of how you kind of view them as well. I used to be like that, but I just view it as your family thinks they're doing what's best for you because of what has always worked for them as opposed to just what works.
Yeah, that's a pretty good point, Dion. I just feel as though like when I'm around family, I get drained.
I was actually given some really good advice by some older people at work. They're like, if you ever want to succeed at something or you want to do something, stop telling everybody about it.
Mm-hmm.
And that includes your family too. Because it's like, you got to realize your family puts you in a certain light because they raise you. So they see you one way. They will always see you that way. Even if you're trying to like elevate past that.
That's what I'm saying. That's the big problem.
They're always going to want to pull you back down to the bubble they put you on.
Mm-hmm.
But that's everybody though. That's like even friends or whatever. Like if you want to change it to somebody else or you want to grow a certain way, your friends knew you one way, like they met you that way. And now you are in that bubble. So now you trying to elevate past it or to a different bubble. And they're like, no, but you're this person. Like, why are you trying to be this person when you're this person? That
Mm-hmm.
or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, I think it's just human nature. Like it's just human nature. I think everyone does it,
Yeah, I agree.
So
I agree.
I don't think they're like actively trying to like downplay you or kind of get in the way of you. I think they're just acting like normal humans do, which is like we put people in categories and we keep them in those categories because it's easier to kind of compartmentalize roles and status that way,
I
So
think oh, I'm sorry, go ahead, Christian.
No, go ahead.
I think with family members, it's just we look at them in the lens like you should be the main supporter. In a sense, they should. It's like
yeah,
when
that's
you go
how I
tell
think.
somebody, yeah. Like you see something exciting, you're like, oh, okay, I just learned this. So and especially if you're a big family person, you're thinking about it in categories like, do you know what this can do for me? Do you know what this can do for the family? And so you're looking at it terms like that. But I realize like it's just gonna frustrate you telling them that. So it's better if you go do it and come back and let the result kind of speak for itself. And then they're kind of like, oh, how did you do this? I think that's the best way to do it. Like my uncle, for example, he used to always tell people how to lose weight, blah, 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 blah. And then like 2 years into the pandemic, the dude looked skinny. Like I saw a picture of him recently. He looked like I was like, who is this stranger standing next to you, grandma? And it was my uncle. My uncle I see regular, my immediate family member. So I think that is the best way going forward because I have that tendency too much, right? I have that tendency too, Mercer, where I get frustrated with like trying to tell people like this is the goal and this is the way, but I realize like people are not thinking that same exact way, and it can be very frustrating when it's a family member. But family members just want your best interest at heart, so they don't really know, or if they've never went outside of that bubble, they're not going to be comfortable with you doing it. So they're just thinking that what they feel might be best because of the consequences, and they just family members.
Yeah. You also have to realize too, like when it comes to parents, they raised you, right? So they like from their perspective, it's like they have more experience, they kind of know what's right. But if from their perspective, but if you were to just follow exactly their path, you will end up exactly the same to where they're at. You wouldn't improve on the foundation they set for you because you're gonna make their same choices. So if you want to elevate past their level, you need to make different choices. And as you make different choices, it's going to kind of shine a light on what they could have done, or the opportunities they missed. So then inevitably they're going to resent that a little bit because it's like, oh shit, like I could have did that, or I should have done that, But now, Christian or Mercer doing it or whatever, and it kind of shines a light on what I didn't do. So they're gonna be challenged with that reality as you elevate. You know what I mean? So in some ways, you gotta have a little compassion for them because it's like, yeah, they're gonna be happy for you, but at the end of the day, they're human. Like they're gonna say like, oh shit, maybe if I would have made these choices here and there, but they can't go back and make those choices. Now it's your turn, So I don't know. That's how I see it anyway.
Bailey, what do you think? Yo, we can't hear you, Bailey. You gotta unmute yourself.
Excuse me. I was saying, well, just think about the people who have made the most impact in your life, who have changed you for the better, who have made the most positive impact, who have taught you things and all that. Whoever has been the most valuable to you in your life, when it comes to you and your personal growth and your success and all that, those are the type of people that I personally view as family. You know,
That's what I was saying.
ones that help you. So
Yeah, but bro, your family's your family, bro. You'll never escape that.
Yeah.
You can say that. It sounds good coming out, but internally it is not reality, bro. Your family is your family. Like you're always gonna hold some sort of connection to them in a different way. You know what I mean? Like you want your parents to be proud of you beyond what your friend might say. You know, your friend might say like, "Oh yeah, you're doing really good shit," but it hit different when your father say it or your mother say it or whatever. Like,
Yeah,
it's just
because you
reality.
expect family to kind of be, because they're the closest to you, so you kind of expect that. But I think I mean, anybody else want to chime in before I start running off again?
Anybody else want to say anything before Dion?
Well, I think you saw like
No, go on, bro.
different groups, like you learn from your friends differently from your family, like because you're forced to be with your family even if they're kind of shitty. You learn from shitty experiences, right? So that could be like the learnings, like through having, you know, like it's like through having crappy relationships, you kind of like learn certain kinds of things. You learn to define yourself, your own values. Sometimes that motivates you, right? If you want to like escape how your family thinks about things. The other thing is like your family also unconsciously influences you. So the way they think about things, you're gonna actually think about things in a certain way. Even if you take the opposite beliefs that they do, you're gonna approach your beliefs in a very similar way as they do. So it's kind of like you have to learn how to break out of that cycle.
Yeah, but it goes beyond learning though. It's like it's not just learning, you want the validation from your family. It's like you want them to say you're doing a good job. That goes beyond learning because it really like it's not a opportunistic thing. It's not like oh, I get something out of it. It's literally just validation, good feeling, you know, like whereas like friendships are more like, you know, we're friends, you give me an experience, we have fun together, or we learn from each other, we get a benefit out of this. But family is like you just want them to say, hey, Billy or whatever, I'm proud of you, you did a good job. But they won't give you that, you know, they won't give you that all the time. I think that's what Mercer's talking about. It's like I want this validation from my family that they're not giving me. You know, they don't tell me I'm doing a good job.
I just don't if I see you, it don't take much for me to cut. Like I'll tell everybody I'm not a very family oriented person. I'm not a family oriented person. Like it is what it is. I see my friends as more valuable to me than my family is. I mean, just because I learn and I grow with them. And the thing is that I chose them. There's a difference in power when you choose something versus when you are obligated to something.
Yeah.
And when I choose my friends, these are positive people that uplift. Your family don't always uplift. Why the hell would I deal with people that don't uplift? Or have a certain type of goal of where they want to go or where you want to be? You just wasting your time trying to help. You literally wasting time.
Who's ever on camera? I got a little challenge. Who's ever on camera? Do you think raise your hand if you think it's about the family that you build or the family that you're born with? So raise your hand right now if you think it's the family that you build.
100%.
I mean,
okay. Now, who thinks it's the family that you're born with?
Christian? In the middle.
Christian slowly etching on the outside.
Right.
Slowly
but I understand Christian's point because remember, I think this spectrum goes on a FE versus FI kind of type of deal. I think more, now this is my thinking on it. I think if you're more FI user, you're going to be more like, yeah, the family that I build because it's more personal to you. It's funny because when I was younger, people would think that I was not close to my family members at all because I didn't bring them up. And I admit, I mean, I just told you this last time. I'm not a big family person, but I love them to death. I still would die for my family members, but I know, like, if it's an outside relative that's just a cousin, I'm like, I don't give a fuck about you. Like, I barely know you because I haven't built that personal relationship with you. But if I built a personal relationship with you and I see you every day, and I know you got my best interest at heart, to me, that's building a family. Now, from an FE perspective, I still love my family. I want to see anything bad happen to them. But I think it's just a difference on the spectrum of how you look at family. To me, it's just the FI and FE thing. So if you're more FE, the higher it is up for you away from your shadow functions, you're going to be more like, kind of to Christian's point. But if you're more FI, you're like, yeah, I love family, but at the same time, F family, it's about the family you build. So that's just my
I don't know.
thing.
I'm in the middle, but I keep going back to the point that your family gives you the foundation. It's like they are there during your formative years, and they can either make or break you. Is that important. You get what I'm saying? So then it's like,
that's a good point. That's a good
it's
point.
like, yeah, you build your friends and stuff and your circle later on, but you're choosing them with the foundation already built that your family gave you. So it's like,
yeah, that's right.
you get what I'm saying? It's like,
I see what you're saying. Like your earlier years is mostly family because you don't have those connections. You haven't found those people. But later in life, it's the friends. Yeah.
Like, bro, like
I
my
have a question.
Well,
foundation.
Mercer, I say this. Mercer always talks to you like a brother Christian. I mean, how good does that feel when like he thinks of you like family?
Christian,
Y'all see
I've
it?
known Christian for like half of my life.
You see what I'm saying? But that's the spectrum. Like the way he views you is the same way I view some of my best friends I grew up with. It's like this dude is my family. Like, he stayed with me. We've broke bread together. We've had some of the worst times together. I think family you can still add on. I mean, it's not just a mutual interest. At some point, that friend becomes like a brother or a sister to you, where it's like, man, I see this person all the time. When you're down, you don't have money or you need encouragement, they're still doing that for you.
Yeah, but I also, bro, Mercer's damn near family at this point. Like we met when I was 14, though. That's totally different. That's like, again, the formative years, the foundation is like when you meet that young, you got your whole life left ahead of you to grow. Like if I meet somebody right now and we build a business relationship or whatever the fuck, it's not gonna hit the same. Like I'm already an adult. I'm 32. Like I'm built. My developed. Like it's
Victor.
totally like when we met, we were children. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like basically
I
like
think
like brothers.
if anyone's gonna take a bullet for you, it's gonna be your parents. Sorry, bro.
Oh yeah. I think. Yeah. I mean, yeah, but I mean, like I said,
I don't think I could meet somebody.
I say this, Christian. I have a friend now that I met at 22, and he's like family. He's like family to me. I talked to him. He's me and him consider each other like family. So you never know your walk in life who becomes family. And I'm just saying, as a hypothetical, you or Mercer could die today or tomorrow. How you gonna grow that family member again? You grew it through the relationship that you built. I have a friend that I had.
I don't think it's possible. I don't think it's possible.
I do.
I don't think it's possible.
Because your walk in life is still a long period of time. I think it's still feasible. But I'm not saying it's not for you, but I'm saying I think it's still very feasible.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't think it's possible. That's why you gotta be very careful, like the experiences you have with people and like the people you let into your life, because it's like once you build those bonds with those people at certain points in your life, it's not like you can go back and remake those with somebody else. You know what I'm saying? It's the same with relationship. It's like you gotta be very careful who you like associate yourself with in a relationship too, because you have experiences with them, and then you will always tie those experiences to those people. So, like for example, like I just got engaged to my girl, right? And like we got engaged in Europe, like we went to Europe, Rome, whatever, right?
Right.
Like forever, that city, Rome or whatever, is gonna be associated to that life experience. Like it's not gonna hit the same if we break up and then I take another girl to Rome or whatever is not the same, bro. That bond experience was already made. It's like that's what I'm saying. Like it happens with friends too. Like Mercer and I, you know, we met in high school. That's a high school friend, and then we went through college and we had experiences through college or whatever. It's not like I can go back to that
So you mean
time
the first one is always special?
and have and get the college experience with somebody else. You get what I'm saying? Like
I get your
I
point.
don't know, maybe
I get
I'm
your point.
rambling, but do you guys get my point? Or
Yeah,
Well,
I get your point.
I have a question. So, like Mercer, so when you
first
have, I know, so if you want to have like a family in the future, would how would you think about that? Because I think you want a family, right? Like you want
Yeah,
to
I
raise
want a family in
kids.
the future. Yeah, definitely.
So, like, how would that apply there?
How that I think that's a different because that's a family you created, so it's a little bit different. But
You didn't exactly choose them.
yeah, but you didn't choose them. You did choose them because you chose to make them. You know, like you chose your wife. You chose to make those kids. You know, so
So
that's a choice in the matter of that.
I do have a question after Mercer though.
You're good. I was just saying that, like you
oh
chose
wait,
that. You chose to have a son. You
just
chose
following up on that because I didn't even think about that. The family you create literally gonna be the family you create, which is your children and your wife.
Right.
To choose
Right.
them. I mean, inevitably they do become more important than the rest of your family.
Yeah, I mean,
Of course.
That's a no given. But like I just like I say, like there's people that I've met in my life that like let's just say some shit happened to me. If I call Nima, INFP ass, I don't give a fuck if she got to drive 42 hours straight. That woman would drive 42 hours straight to make sure that like something don't happen to me. You know,
Right.
like you can't get that. I don't know what family member that would. I can't think of one outside of my mama that would probably do that. Maybe my older brother.
Oh, if you needed your sisters, they will come help you. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but he's saying like immediate, like for I get what Mercer's saying, and I
Right,
agree to what Mercer's
if you were in
saying.
trouble right now and you called Carrie, she would show up to your house to help you.
She probably would. I just wouldn't like if I had to bet my life on it.
So where are you getting these ideas from?
If I had to bet my life on it, I would bet that Nima would come. I'm dead ass. Like there's no doubt in my mind. If I had to bet 1 million, like my life on the line, like you pick one person and they got to drive 42 hours to come get you or some shit, or you die, I'm gonna take Nima every time.
And you gotta realize too. You gotta realize too, like you're not gonna get the same level of validation from your family. Number one, because you're a man, and number two, because you're a successful man. So in their eyes, it's like, because I go through the same shit where I'm just like, it's like, okay, I feel like I'm doing this on my own, and like really, like my family ain't really checking for me. But it's because like they assume I'm good. You get what I'm saying? Like they just assume that I'm good. They assume that I'm doing good shit, that I can handle it and all this shit. Number one, because I'm a man. Number two, because I've proven that I can do it. And then you're still sitting there like, okay, but I would wish I would get a little bit more support from like those people, you know, your family. But it's just like, I don't know.
But once again, that's just validation. That's just confirmation to say that, hey, I'm your family member. Look at what I did. That's just validation part of it. But that more personal side of it is like, if I had to pick between my uncle and a family member, and let's say I had an engine blowout, I'm banking 100% that I could call my friend no matter what time of the day it is. Hey, man, I'm dead tired from work. It's 1 a.m. Here I come. I got you. You need anything else? Let's go get something. You good? I think it's really because think about it like this too, Christian. You brought up a good point. You were talking about your future wife or kid. If let's say hypothetically you get divorced, you saying that you can never build another experience with a beautiful woman again to redo what you want to do, what you did before. You absolutely can. That experience, but that's your new family. But what I'm saying is
there would have to be different experiences, and not only that, it's actually proven that as you get more and more marriages, you're more likely to get divorced, actually. Because it's
I know that statistic, but what I'm saying is, I get that, true.
But
what I'm saying
is, I can tell you why though. I can tell you why psychologically is because it's like, bro, it don't hit the same like the third time.
If it's hitting better,
you know
but if it's hitting true, but what if it actually is hitting better the second time around? Let's say it wasn't you, it was her.
Don't, bro.
It can.
I'm
You
telling
said
you
that
it don't.
can.
I'm
But
telling
it
you, bro.
can. You haven't been.
Mercer, you know what I'm talking about, bro.
I
You know
agree
where
with you, but it
you know where
can.
I'm coming from. It's like, bro, just
You start getting jaded. That's what you're trying to say.
like
You start getting jaded.
remember when you were younger and you would like a girl, right? When you were like younger. I'm talking about like
Yeah.
middle school days.
Right.
Yeah, back in the 60s.
That was a different type of like,
Come on.
bro. That was a different type of like attraction you had for the girl. It's like, it's like that. That's why they call it puppy love, because it's almost like ignorant love. You know what I'm saying?
But
Right.
Tristan, that would
But as the
that would
years go,
defeat majority.
on, that shit gets diluted. It's not like you can get to that state over and over and over in your life and you could just redo it. No, it's like Mercer said, you start to get jaded over time, and then like the experiences don't hit the same when you redo them with a different person. That's what I'm saying. Like, especially as a man, because like men have like they fall in love once or twice. If they get like their heart broken, they get jaded as fuck, and they're just like, fuck it.
Of course, that's why red pill content is out.
Exactly.
but
Exactly.
but the fact
Exactly. So you gotta be very careful and really select those key people that you're gonna get to that state with, because
but that's saying that right off rip is certainty. Every relationship is a built thing. Every relationship is a built thing, because people. I'm not saying I always say people don't change; it just take things longer and more time for it to come out. But to me, those kind of people, you still, because you could grow to a point and then a person you like, oh, I never expected this from you. You like, all right, now I'm jaded. I'm not cool with that kind of person no more. I really just don't believe that. Like, if you still got that experience with that one person, but come on, man. Like, if you like, that's like tripping over an old girlfriend you had in high school. She broke your heart. Move on, because you still growing just like she had to grow her own way. It's just not
that
for
shit
you.
happens.
I have to
Bro,
kind of
that shit
agree
happens
that
all the time.
I would say that the reason why I agree is that you could have like develop a more mature idea of love. Like if you're like young,
Right.
the idea of being in love is like infatuation, right? But if you
Right.
really cultivate yourself,
Bro, I feel like you guys
yourself.
are kind of not neglecting, but in a way it's like let's just be 100% honest here. There's people that like get married, right? Get divorced, and they go back to a high school crush and get married and make it work. There's people that do that. Like, there's people that move away, always think about their high school love or whatever, and then move back to their hometown just to be with them and shit. That shit happens all the time.
Yeah, but that's saying like on the general aspect that people don't experience the first love. I think everybody has experienced the first love and feel like it wouldn't feel like the first time. I mean, would you agree and say that?
Say it again.
I said it feels like, I said everybody has had a first love, and it can feel like that you'll never experience that same love that you had before as a man. I mean, is that necessarily true? Would y'all say that that's true, or would you just say that you'll never get that experience again?
Like hit you a different way. Like
that's what I'm saying.
Like when somebody hit you a certain way, there's like that one person that may have just hit you that certain way that like out here in this regular world, like they don't hit you that way anymore. Like you get to a certain point where they don't hit you that way. You're like, oh, it's a new girl. Like, oh, she's pretty. Okay, cool. But then that girl that you really wanted in high school, you're like, man, you still be thinking about that because that
it's true.
Just because
part
of the fact
that's 100%
like
real.
You feel as though you wasn't ready right then, and now you ready, and that person knew you before then, and it feels good to just show that you became that person that could get that person, and it means a lot more to you. That's how I see it. I mean,
get revenge.
I don't know. I think we got off topic. I don't even remember the.
Yeah, we did. We got off topic, but it was. It's good. It's still a good. I already knew he was gonna get off topic, but Leon, you got anything?
Bro, it's like you see that all the time, bro. That pattern.
Anything before you go, Leon?
I'll be headed off soon, but like, just kind of, channeling that same energy that I had with dating to other areas like writing and my videos. So I'm trying to like create YouTube shorts right now, like trying to like really try to up my game with YouTube. I just recently got 1,000 subscribers in the channel, so I'm pretty happy about that. Yeah, just keep going. You go through that same process over again when you're making videos like you get stuck and you don't want to do it. But the more I go through that whole entire process, the more I can convince myself to make the video. It's like how to push through, better how to get yourself motivated. And you know that you're gonna come back to that place where you don't want to do it, but you'll get past it.
What's the channel about?
It's about mental health, coaching. Like I talk about like techniques from psychotherapy, how you could use them to be able to better yourself, better your habits, better your mental space. And I want to take it to the next level. So next level is to like talk about in depth, talk about like what people just typically talk about on their channels, like really get into like mix that with philosophy, basically. So it's techniques and philosophy.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I mean, Leon's been pushing it, man.
There you go.
You got to write that book, man. You got to write that dating book. I'm telling you, that's gonna be where you're gonna hit it at. That's where you're gonna hit it out of the park.
Dating's so oversaturated now.
Yeah, but if you write it from your level, it's way better than with somebody else. Because, like, let's say Christian writes a book on dating, it's gonna be ass because he's got his experience from it, and he's an ISTP. It's gonna be his dating is a lot easier for him. But for an INFP to write a book, like it's like Robert Greene. Robert Greene has changed my life.
28 laws of dating.
Bro, how's my book gonna be ass?
Your book will be ass because you be giving your advice on things instead of like, when you start at a certain level, like let's say your personality type is more likable, like stuff like that. But INFP is like in the corner, don't really say much to anybody. They gotta overcome a lot.
Bro, what the fuck?
Just get where you started.
You knew me at 14 years old. I was scared to talk to girls. What are you talking about, bro? I started at the bottom.
No, you did, bitch.
I just got lucky.
But you were crazy. We were kids. Christian was crazy. Christian, at one time this summer, I swear to God, I looked at this boy and I said, this boy's crazy. He said, I don't give a fuck. I'm asking a girl out every fucking day. I'm asking out. And he started asking every girl out. I'm not kidding you, bro. I'm like, bro, that's just not normal behavior there.
Because this is the thing, bro. Because it's like, I was put in a corner. I was like, all right, I've had it with this shit. I'm going to just do whatever the fuck I got to do. And if it works, it works. If it don't work, it don't work. See, that's the thing. At least I did it when I was fucking 14, 15. People wait till they're 35 to start doing it.
That's true.
You know what? If I just go out there, if I fail, I fail. If I win, I win. I'm just gonna go out there and do it. And that's how I got.
It's just numbers game.
But that's a good attitude. Like that's how like the founder of rational motor behavioral therapy, like that's how he found his wife. He just like asked. He sat on a bench in the park and he talked with every single girl like that. He just went through a lot of trial and error through that.
Yeah,
he developed his own philosophy and psychotherapy.
But I think, I think he's saying the initiation though with women that would be a good thing. But far as like completely writing a book, I wouldn't think so either, Christian. I mean, because you do. I mean, that's fine. That's the way you would do it. But I think objective-wise, no, I would not read that book. I'd be like, nah, this ain't working. Initiation, yes, I would be like, definitely go for that. But far as like,
that's not what I would put in a book. That's just what I did. That's what I did.
See?
Because, bro, there was no real resource out there at the time. This was like
true.
What? This was 2006. Like this wasn't like modern times. You could just hop on YouTube. Like, how do I ask girl out? Like, no,
true.
There was nothing. You know what I'm saying? So
I was looking back like, this guy's crazy, man. You always ask me why I say he's crazy.
No,
I always appreciate people who put themselves out there. Like, you have to be like willing to make a fool of yourself to start. Whatever field you are, you just have to be like, you have to be the fool. You have to allow yourself.
Now that I have more knowledge, I wouldn't write that in a book. I would say, I would have more specific advice. But at the time, it's like there was no resource. So I'm just like,
just pull up on them like Teddy Pendergrass, all aggressive and shit.
I wasn't, man. Honestly,
you got what I need.
Honestly, me and Mercer argue about that all the time.
Always argue about that.
What's the best way to approach women?
What's the best way? We always argue about that, like literally all the time. Dion said he's got to be straight up direct with him. I said, bro, that shit don't work. You got to kind of be informative with him.
Well, no,
like cutting off the X's. I've learned that from Kyle, like, because I go out with Kyle and Kyle is an ENTP, so he's like, Merce, bro, you be dropping bad. He's like you get lucky. He said you hit, but you missing so many of them that you don't even know. And I'm like, no one's really said that. All right, Leon, take it easy. No one's really ever said that to me, you know. But Kyle's like, bro, you are like dropping so many bags you don't even realize, and it's because you can't. In the moment, you suck, and in the moment, you can't read. Like you can't read people's emotions. And he's like, you need to
always get
when you got that green light. Kyle's like that when you got that green light.
Bro, you've always been bad at that.
I always get pissed at Mercer because
Mercer's always been bad at that, bro.
Yeah.
Like, when it's time to close, it's time to close. It's like, just go for the close. You know what I mean? But Mercer skate around the bush.
I don't skate around the bush.
See?
I don't skate around the bush.
Close the department
No, I do not, bro.
Yeah, I always go back. I always go back to that one time.
I just can't read. I just can't read in the moment.
The girls, bro, what do you mean?
I told you that low SE, bro.
Bro, the girl literally said, follow me. The girl said, follow me to this place. Right? You remember that person?
I don't remember that question.
Oh, wait. Like 2016. Girl texted him like, I'm at this place. Come here. Right? And I'm like, Mercer, go over there. Because it's time to close. You know what I'm saying? It's time to close. Mercer's like, oh, no, I ain't going. Da, da, da.
No, all right. So Chris ain't giving the full story.
Bro, you know
so
what
we had went out with a chick.
You know what I'm talking about.
And we had she was kind of giving me like, bro, basically, she just hit me the wrong way and I was pissed off, right? And then later on, she's going to text me to come over there. I'm already pissed off. Fuck you. Like, fuck the bag. Like, when I get mad, I'm like, fuck the bag. Chris is like, bro, sell your ego, sell your whatever. I'm like, nah, fuck that.
Nah, because Mercer was on some lovey-dovey shit. Like, he wanted to be boyfriend. Like, bro.
About stab this man in the neck.
Nah, bro, she don't want you for boyfriend status, bro.
Yeah. And that's why I be trying to explain. I'm like, Mercer, you don't think a lot of it, dude, is like you like 6'2", probably like 250 or something like that, bro. You don't think a lot of that has to do with that just off the rip?
Bro, I just suck at reading people's emotions, bro. Like,
wait, what do you mean?
You gotta be able to read. You gotta be able to read people's emotions.
I'm talking about, I mean, like he could, like it's certain, and I'm just saying this to be like, just keep it straightforward. It's certain dudes where I'm like, bro, you could just go. You ain't gotta do none of that extra work, bro. Like, and Mercer don't be saying that. I'm like, bro.
Like, I'm saying, bro. Listen.
But Mercer's not 6'2".
Yeah, 5'11".
5'11", okay.
Mercer is 5'9", 280 pounds.
I'm actually 5'11".
Bro, I consider us like, I mean, we have to put in work. That's just
come on, bro.
No, you
don't. No, I'm dead serious.
And I say this respectfully. I say this with a compliment. I say this as a compliment. Christian, look at your girl. Come on, bro.
Look at what?
Respectful. Come on. Look at
Christian,
your girl.
Like
you got.
Justin
Look at
Bieber, bro. You gotta do it.
Come on, bro.
Bro,
Come on, bro. Come on, y'all cap. Y'all look. To me, that's just a week. To me,
no, we are not capping, bro.
Well, it depends on. It depends on, bro. It depends on a lot, bro. It depends on.
Bro, it doesn't even have to do with the girl you have, because like, bro, a girl way uglier than her could curve me on the approach. That's just the reality.
Okay, good.
You gotta hold that L sometimes.
She ugly anyway.
No, that's not my point. My point is not that she's ugly. My point is like, okay, there are people, like you say, that they'll get like a 90%, or not 90's too high, like let's say 70% acceptance rate. Like when they go up to a girl, just off looks alone. Like I'm gonna just call it out. You know, Mercer, Fabricio.
Oh yeah, well people
he goes to a girl. It don't matter what the fuck he says.
But he's an idiot. That motherfucker ain't got a brain cell in his
head.
Like 75% of womankind are gonna be receptive towards him, just off looks alone.
Yeah.
Now, the only bad thing about it, he ain't got a brain at all.
But it don't matter.
But some of them, it don't matter. Like
we're talking about on the approach. We're talking about
that's the thing though. Like, bro, if you're brain dead, it's actually better to be brain dead.
It is. That's true. That's true.
You're more fun.
I think, more cerebral
brain
people.
Dead, you don't think about nothing.
Yeah, I am kind of like that. More cerebral people are going to be more work. They're going to be a little bit worse at dating because you overthink too much.
Thinking too much.
Yep.
Fabricio
the problem with cerebral people they're too logical when they speak.
Yeah, that's true. That's
Like,
true.
for example, me, I'm very logical and cerebral and like low key a nerd, right? But I know how to speak like women speak.
Yeah.
You got
Like,
a high pitched voice or
like
something on the phone?
I know how to like turn the knob, go off my logical brain, turn that shit off.
You gonna put
Start talking in emotions and like spiritual shit and da da da.
I think that's what Mercer. I think that's what Mercer be trying to tell me. Like, you got to be informative, and he is right. Because sometimes I have fun with the bag being.
I'm gonna tell you straight up, ENTPs destroy. Like even Steffi. Steffi's like 5'6". He's an ENTP. Steffi be out here killing it. ENTP because they sell dreams. They're not a sell dreams.
Because they don't talk in fucking. They don't talk about numbers or statistics or logic or whatever. They talk in fucking artsy terms and experiences.
Yep, that's true.
And they paint a picture in your brain, and women love that. Women just eat that shit up.
That is a great point.
And they can just keep talking. They can just keep talking. It's like, holy shit, Kyle, you still talking? Yes, Kyle is still talking. Kyle is still talking. Kyle, how do you have so much? You can't just keep talking. He's still talking. Boy, it's been there for 2 hours. Kyle is still talking. Like, God damn,
motherfucker. Have you noticed, like, if you speak to a woman about what is, like, they check out. It's like they're bored.
Yep. That's a fact.
If you talk about what could be, the theoretical.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
The shit that's in the air, their brain lights up.
Yep, that's very true.
It's literally that simple. Like, if you could learn that language.
Guess we was wrong about that book, huh?
What book?
I said, and we was talking about Christian created a book.
You know, we always talk shit about Christian. Hey, I'm always
gonna talk shit, bro. He be talking shit.
I'm joking.
I'm always gonna talk shit about Christian. You know it. But the thing is that
no, he's right. He's right though. I agree.
What ENTPs do very well is they can sell somebody a dream.
Malcolm's one. He ain't said nothing.
They can sell you a dream like you have never seen in your life.
Yeah.
And make you believe that you could do something impossible.
I mean, think about it, Mercer. When you say, oh, when are we going to get married, in the summer or the winter? Or where are we going to get married?
My sister for online dating, I got a
Okay, but think about why that works is because you're painting a picture in the future that's not real.
Exactly.
You're giving them like a fantasy to experience right away, like off rip. Now, if you were to fucking say, hello, what do you like doing for fun? Already they're bored because now they're thinking like, what do I like doing for fun? I play tennis on weekends.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's boring. But if you take them through a fucking fantasy experience,
that high level idealism,
they eat that shit up. I'm telling you.
Yeah, that is 100% true. Like,
but if you learn how to do that, then you know how to speak to women. It's not that complex. It's just you need to be a little.
They just want to release from the world. They just really want to release from reality, bro. They want to release from.
Actually, going back to informative.
Huh? Can't hear you.
Can't hear you, brother.
Yeah, I said like going back on being informative. It's like, how do I put it? It's like, I think in my own perspective, it's more like I'm not actually painting a picture. More like I'm just providing that environment where they can paint the pictures they want, and
Yeah.
I think if you're an ugly dude, you can't paint no picture of her at all. If she look up and see the future and see that you ugly, there is no picture. It's gonna be with another guy in that
that's
picture.
Not true.
I mean,
that's not true.
I mean, okay.
Hey,
Malcolm, go.
I'm telling you, if you can make somebody laugh, it don't matter what you look like. If you make them feel good, they'll want to be around you. I know a lot of my homies ugly as hell got baddies down south. I'm talking about like bad ones, and they ugly as hell. They look fucking crazy. Like, you see them out in public and they look like, they need like help with some change in a cup or something. And the girl that walk out the store that they waiting on, bad as hell. They ugly than a motherfucker. They make their girl feel good every day.
Yeah.
Telling you, important.
People think everything off the looks, man.
I ain't saying that, but
for the most part, a lot of people think if you look good, then you good. But a lot of men who look good don't know how to talk to women. So you'll walk up, the girl be interested off the look, and as soon as they open their mouth, your homeboy be like, damn, he dumb as hell. Every time we go out, he say some stupid shit and just kill the whole vibe. My homegirls wanted to come back to the crib. Everybody left mad.
Bro, that's what we used to say about one of our homies, bro. We're like, God damn, it's so bad. Like, me and Kyle be talking from a perspective that we want to hit every number that we want to. Like, we are like, we just want to maximize always. Like, there's never like a number where we're like satisfied with. Like, we could probably go out and hit some every night, and we'll still be talking about, bro, we got to get better, bro. Did you see that conversation you lost? Did you see this? That's just how we are. Like, we're like, man, we fucking missed this shit. Like, we're always like on this like improvement, like no matter what. And Cal's like, you know, bro, like, shit, your fucking inner eyes start lighting up. You cutting off motherfuckers' X's and shit. Like, your eyes light up and shit. Like, you like a psychopath. I'm like, oh shit, got to cut that shit out.
Nah, what you got to do is raise the bar. So y'all going out to like Kava or something, and it's easy. Don't go to Kava. Go to one of them country club luncheon bullshits to see if you can pull a doctor. Like, really challenge yourself, and it can't be somebody you work with neither. That don't count.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, Malcolm, we go to the country bar every night. We love the country bar.
Drinking on the back. Hey, drinking on a tailgate of a truck in the woods is not the country bar.
Yeah, I'm back. Yeah, I don't know what happened to Joyce. It's done.
But the thing is, it don't matter if she's
okay.
It don't matter where she's from. Like, it could be at a country bar, it could be at a library, it could be wherever. If you learn the technique of taking it into that theoretical world, you could talk to anyone.
Yeah, I agree.
You're not talking about
selling the dream.
What is like once you start talking? If you're talking to a doctor, you start talking about doctor stuff.
You're dead.
Yeah, like,
no, you're not interested.
That shit all day. You know what I'm saying? She don't want to talk about that.
Chris, I pulled this bad surgeon one time, bro. I'm sitting there talking to this lady. I'm like, I don't even know. She was older though. She was like, she's like 35, and like these young chicks. I had just talked to these gorgeous young chicks, but I was like more into this damn doctor. And we were just talking, and you could just tell like she never goes out, highly introverted, has the same personality type as Mark, so she's an INTJ. And we were just sitting there just talking about shit, and it was like fucking the other girls, the young girls was kind of pissed because like, what the fuck he doing with this older chick, you know? And I'm just sitting there like, because we kind of were talking on the same wavelength, and that was more attractive to me than like.
Yeah, but you also like the status of it. Mercer likes that status stuff. He wants a rich girl who's a doctor. Just a, I don't know. He likes
you don't think part of that too? You don't think part of that too, Marshall? You might be a sapiosexual, more attracted to the.
I am.
Me too. I think that's what it is with me as well.
Yeah. So it was like I was just so enthralled because she was talking, and we were just talking about everything. We were even talking about like I forget exactly. I think we were talking about war and shit like that, and it was like, damn, she knew what she was talking about. Like I took her from that doctor shit into like other shit. Like, oh, what do you think about this? And then what do you think about that? And she was actually able to keep up and shit. So I was like, oh shit, this is pretty interesting. And she was a fucking cardiovascular surgeon. I'm like, God damn, this is a big wig right here.
Yeah, that makes sense. You're taking things to a deeper level with your imagination, right? Because you're not just like exchanging facts and information.
You know, they say that you relate to people
regardless
within a 10% plus or minus of your IQ. That's what they say. Like you're beyond the whole typology compatibility thing that I think is bullshit.
Yeah,
it is.
Like I agree.
It's like basically you gotta find your on the same wavelength, like you say. It's like, oh, I feel like I'm on the same wavelength. It's because you deal with these young girls who don't really share your experience, and then finally you meet this doctor who more shares your experience. You're like, oh shit, this is different. And
who got?
Just like somebody who's into, bro. Like, first of all, this is how things work with me. If I find out that you are stupid, I can't trust you. And if I can't trust you, then I will not take your decision in anything. And if I can't take your decision in anything, then there's no point of you being next to me.
Right. Didn't C.S. Joseph say that when most ENTJs are the first thing they think that if you're stupid, they're not going to date you? I think he put that as an ENTJ interview, and I wholeheartedly agree. If I think the woman is stupid, I will not date you. It don't matter how cold you look. what vibe link we on. And it doesn't have to be a high level cerebral conversation or nothing of importance. If I just feel like you can't even form a sentence the right way, or you, huh? Every 24 hours, every sentence that comes out of your mouth, then I probably won't date you.
Like I mean, I just feel like I always have somebody in the category now. It's like you either girlfriend material or you fun. And a lot of people hit that fun category.
But you know what I've noticed? Like when you meet an intelligent woman, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you think that you are gonna relate to her and kind of like talk on the same wavelength, it goes to shit because it's almost like they overcompensate and they want to prove to you that they're smart. Yeah, and it goes to shit instead of just letting it vibe the way it's supposed to. You know what I mean? But I've seen that too. But the thing is, like, I'm so direct that I'm just like, I tell them straight up, like, yo, you don't have to do that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I really don't care. I really don't care. You know, I really don't care. So I'm just like, yo, like, nah, like you don't have to do that. I know I know what you're doing, kind of thing. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like it almost becomes a competition. It's like instead of a conversation.
I found like that the personality shit really works a lot. Like it really works a lot. Like if you're talking to somebody, you're like, oh, you just start talking about typology shit. Like, but you got to do it in the right way. You can't just be like walk up there and just start nerding out with somebody. You gotta be like, hey,
That's true.
You can't go nerd out. What you do is like you walk up to them. You're talking about, hey, you get the name, whatever, and then you're like, man, can I guess if you're extrovert or introvert? You just start off something just that simple, and they'll be like, yeah. And then you make them do a spin around. I love the spin around. Oh my god, the spin around is my best technique. You literally objectify them, and they love it. They honestly
do a 360
think they don't love it.
I said do a 360 for the camera. That's the line right there.
You said
I don't know how to.
Malcolm, we can't hear you, bro.
I said do it the camera.
No, we can't hear you. Like breaking up.
Yeah, you mean you can't hear me with the big ass ears? You probably heard the sun come up this morning.
Fuck. My ears are small, Malcolm. But I mean, you go from there, and then like you start guessing, and then like you try to figure out if somebody's a TE or TI user, and you go from there. Then
I suck at typing, so I got to get better at that because you have me with the wrong woman the way I've been typing. Like I said, I didn't know Linda Bearing system, so I got to learn that. But and the thing is, I don't have time to be trying to figure out. Ooh, I hope she an INTP. I ain't doing all that.
Bro, you can see an INTP a mile away, bro. You can see an INTP a mile away.
When it comes to
Mercer's TI your type, because you mentioned trying to figure out if it's a TI woman.
So you said
your type.
What'd you say, Leon? What'd you say, Leon?
Yeah, so Mercer, I was kind of curious if introverted thinker women are your type. Is you saying
I actually do bad with introverted thinking women. I don't know what it is. I just do fucking bad with them. Kyle does very good with them. I do very bad with them. If they're a TE user, I got them. If she is a TI user with Kyle, Kyle's got her. When we start flipping is because a TE user speaks the same language to each other. Okay?
Yeah.
TI user and TE is not the same language, so it's like, and then they're gonna be like, this motherfucker ain't got no empathy. This person ain't got no empathy or whatever, So it kind of like blows up on me quick. But if it's a oh my god, if it is a ENTJ, INTJ, it is game over. Like that's like a fucking layup.
I think I like INTJ women off the rip, but then after some time in the conversation, I'm kind of like, yeah, I'm bored with you. I'm serious.
I actually like them a lot because the thing is we're both like very intelligent, and then we like go off on our own kind of like Mercer land and her land, I'm always in Mercer, as Christian said, I'm always in Mercer land. But like we talk about stuff like that, and that hits home to me a lot more than just sitting there talking about the what is, like what could is like more exciting to me. But I usually don't show that side to people because it kind of freak people out. One time I told a girl that she stalks me to this, like she looks at my Instagram and everything every fucking day and doesn't follow me at all. And it's because we had like a conversation one time, and I like, sometimes it's you can let your passion out too much, and then people are like, oh shit, oh, this guy's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
This guy want to take over the world, or this guy's all about world domination. or like, you know, shit like that. And they're like, oh shit, like what the fuck's up with this guy? So I usually don't let that shit slide as much. Like I kind of keep it under wraps, because if you just flat out just tell somebody that shit, they're like, what the fuck's wrong with this guy? This guy's
Do
crazy.
y'all think some of the same things we say about different personality types, would you say that is a common theme among different personality types? So, for example, you said ENTJ. Me being like, I'm an ENTJ as well. So world dominant, I think I like to be powerful. Definitely. I like power and influence. World domination, if I feel like it's for the better good, yeah. But I think most ENTJs that you see were conquerors because they wanted the influence and power to kind of be able to dictate things. So it's like, for example, even at a job, I don't think ENTJs just sign up, you know, to be quote unquote leaders, but I think they just feel like we got the best chance and the less amount of we're going to spend the less amount of time if I'm in charge of it. And I do feel like that. It's like, no, if I can coordinate everybody, we're going to get this done quickly, hands down. But if it's just, you know, if I let somebody else do it and I don't feel like they're not doing it good enough, or they're just kind of lollygagging, then it's going to be a lot of problems.
Yeah, I think in general, when it comes to leadership position, I always want the leadership position because I just feel like I see things a lot faster and better than anybody. I always bet on myself when it comes to that. I just feel like in charge, that's where I'm at my best. It's like, why would I go to a place where I'm not at my best? And then if I'm not at my best, it's only a short time before like I break off and go with a different faction and probably take half of your people. That's the worst thing about me. It's like I could come into a situation and like if I'm not the leader, then I'll like form a faction and then eventually break off from that faction and go somewhere else. That's why I agree.
Yeah. Yep, I agree with that.
It doesn't matter what it is in life. Like we kind of like Christian pretty much always done that.
You know, when we did the IRL, we went live in a club. You remember that shit?
Oh, we were going crazy. That was fun.
CSJ had to ban us because we went live in a club one time.
That's crazy.
No, he had to ban the streams. And then, you know, it's funny, like people are doing that now. Like that's the new popping thing on social media is to do IRL streams.
Oh yeah, that's what that kid. What do y'all think about that kid Neon? If y'all know who I'm talking about,
I know who you're talking about.
Is he like
nerdy looking? Yeah, nerdy, very skinny, glasses, buzz cut kid, Indian kid.
Well, nowadays, bro, like clout is everything. It's like, oh my god, it's disgusting.
What do I think about him in what regard? Like,
I think he's dumb as hell.
You think? All right, Malcolm. I mean, yeah. So I mean, both of you. I want to hear y'all. My Mercer doesn't know him, but y'all can fill him in. But yeah, what do you think about him, Malcolm?
Nothing to know about. He say stupid shit for outrage marketing, and then he has these fake girlfriends he pay to be on stream with him, and then he'll say shit he know he shouldn't say. And when people press him, he plays dumb. He's just the average so-called influencer that doesn't really influence anything. And I don't know how they keep making dumb kids famous. Because this kid contributes absolutely nothing when he streams. He doesn't teach anything. He has no resource he shares.
Okay, see you again, Leon. Take care.
But dumb as hell.
I'm gonna tell you who's making these people famous is little kids. Because the thing that happened when social media took over is that clicks became the new currency. So essentially, like you pay with your eyeballs, right? Like what you consume is essentially the people who get the money, right? So inevitably, the people who got the most time to kind of consume content are little kids. So the new influencers, in order to keep up, you know, in the market and get the most attention, they have to appeal to the little kids. So that's why you're seeing like all these like nerdy, kind of like immature acting kids be the most popping social media influencers is because they're appealing to the highest level of consumers, which are the kids at this point. And it happened in rap music too. That's why I don't know if you know a rapper called Russ. Do you know Russ?
Russ? Yeah, Russ.
I've heard of Russ.
All right, so he complains about it. He says like basically rap music got taken over by 10-year-old white kids. And like that's basically correct because it's the same thing. It's essentially like 10-year-old white kids are like the highest amount of consumers of hip hop right now, essentially. So then everybody has to appeal to that in order to make money.
Yeah.
So that's why you're seeing that. Yeah.
I never thought of it like that.
It's sad.
I feel like
And
they
if you
are
think about
pushing
it, Neon represents those kids. Like he represents his audience. He is his audience. Like the 10-year-olds who follow him would like to go and date the OnlyFans person or the porn star or whatever, but they can't. So now they get to
He
live
ain't doing it either.
him.
Yeah,
like
I don't
Andrew
get
Tate.
it.
Kind of like Andrew Tate and his following, but I mean that guy's not as like big as Andrew
Yeah,
Tate.
but he's a con artist. Like he'll get you in with something that sound good, and then he'll start saying some bullshit 2 hours in. You're like, wait a minute, this went a different direction than it started. It'll start off sounding good until it doesn't. That's all his streams are.
You talking about Andrew Tate?
Oh yeah.
Oh, but Andrew Tate is like, that's been debated to hell by this point. I mean,
he's just an ENTP, bro. What he does, he sprinkles in a little bit of truth to get people going, and he tells a story. And his stories, you don't even know if true because he's ENTP, and ENTP can lie. Like you've never seen. They can make up stories about anything and anywhere, anytime. I remember my older brother used to come home every time we had to give out our report cards, and my brother would have this elaborate story about how his fucking report card was ate by a dragon. Okay, and I'm like, how's this guy coming up with this story every fucking 3 or 4 months? Set your watch to it. Or I ain't got my report card. It flew out the window. Like it was every time, and it's like elaborate stories. Like how can you believe this? Like I don't even know if you could believe anything they say really, unless you were there.
You know, something I've been learning from Mercer too, and according to when he's doing a lot of typing, is like there's a lot more ENTP people than I thought. It's seeming like they're more common than they were. They wasn't super rare, but as rare as I thought they were. But he's definitely right. Now I can kind of see an ENTP coming like, this dude's lying. He's straight up lying. But they sprinkle with so much truth where it's like
it's hard for you.
It's hard to believe. Yeah, it's very
hard. It's hard to not think it's true.
Yeah.
So they take you on like a roller coaster. They take you on a roller coaster. And it's like they sprinkle in some truth with some falses, and they got you. Like Andrew Tate say a catchy line that you all agree on, and then he got you. Then he takes you on some bullshit.
That's why they're so appealing, bro. That's why they like do
idealism
so
is always better than it always comes across better than facts. Go ahead, Christian. I was just saying that.
No, like, bro, they just take that concept that I was talking about, like living in the theoretical fantasy world, and they take it to like 10. You know, it's like they take it to the next level because it's their natural way of speaking.
Yeah.
It comes naturally to them. It's like, whereas like a person like me has to develop those skills, it's like they were just born with that talent.
You know I wish that was true because I was awkward as hell and I didn't know how to talk to people for like most of my young life. I think I was like 23 when I first like started knowing how to interact with people, especially women. Like everybody don't come naturally to everybody. Like I became that over time. Like I have a lot of traits that are ENTJs. Like me and Mercer are similar in a lot of ways, except I have the capacity to have empathy for people depending on the scenario. Mercer just be like, yeah, fuck your feelings and shit. Or he just don't even notice.
I don't even notice it most of the time.
Going on.
Bro, Mercer's brother used to call girls on FaceTime and have them on for like 5 hours.
I'm like, how's he doing this? I'm sitting back like, I need to figure out how to do this.
And like had them entertained for 5 hours. And I'm just like,
wow.
I was fucking hating. I'm like,
me too.
Like, I wish I could like learn how to do that.
You can. It's so easy.
Bro, I just run out of things, bro. Dion, do you feel the same way?
You don't run out of things. You let them fill in the gaps. If all you do is talk and they listen,
no, I do. See, the problem with being, I'm sorry, I'm driving too. I know it's probably sounding a little choppy, but
you good.
Yeah, definitely. I do feel like I run out of stuff. There's no way I can be on the phone with a girl for 2 hours, bro. I can't. I run out of stuff to say.
Hey, for real, bro. I used to like write down shit because my brother used to be on the phone for hours. I'm writing down like, all right, this is what I'm gonna say. Then I'm gonna say this. Then I'm gonna say this. Then I'm gonna say this. I get on the phone within 3 minutes. All my shit gone. I'm like, I'm gonna call you back.
You know how you do it?
Yep.
You wanna know one of the ways you do it? A lot of guys, especially guys talking to women, they ask close-ended questions, which is stupid. If you want to have a long conversation and all your questions have a yes or no answer, it's going to be a short conversation.
But I could do it now. I could do it now, but it took me 15 years to learn it.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying I couldn't do it now. I could do it now. You just go into the fucking theoretical fantasy world and you pull shit out. And you just keep talking the fantasy shit.
So
Okay,
something would be like that is, I would think
something
like that would be like, what would you think? How would you think we would be together if we were married? Even though you may not necessarily marry this person, but I think that would be a good conversation to start. Or what would you think would be like to be a wife?
Well, that's what I'm saying.
I
Like,
wouldn't start there.
I wouldn't say, oh, maybe I would, maybe I like it just flows. It just flows. Whatever.
Yeah.
I could do it now. I'm saying I was hating because he was fucking 19, 20 doing it. And that's when it's most useful, when you're fucking single 19, 20 talking to girls.
Yeah.
Because yeah, that's cool, bro. I wish I could have did that back then. But now, you know, like I said, you can't go back and experience those things. It's like,
but also too, Mercer's brother is a go with the flow kind of type of guy. I think that's the biggest thing of all. Like I think like with people like us, because we're so cerebral, it comes across as control a lot. So when you just kind of open ended and like, yeah, you know,
well, we're very close ended. We are just close ended because we're direct. They're open ended because they're informative.
Yeah.
We are just like bing, 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 bing. Like my brain could summarize something that's long into like 2 or 3 fucking lines.
Yeah,
it just is what it is. So as soon as that, I'm out of my tricks. Let me call you back, you know, because then I got to brainstorm on what I need to come up with. You know, like I'm trying to brainstorm.
Have you seen the movie Inception?
Which one?
Inception.
Inception.
Yes.
Christopher Nolan. So I think, I don't know, maybe my own system or method would be like, you know, using sentences and like phrases that sort of like show us being together. Like I don't use like I talk in like we, you know, us, those type of, you know, term.
Oh shit.
No, I'm like painting that picture like, oh wait, we're already together, like we're on the same team.
Yeah. You're putting the fantasy in their brain that you're already together and doing things.
Yeah, exactly. I agree with that point.
That's another one of those things you could do when you're talking theoretically in with the what if or what could be. It's like you could already talk about shit that you haven't done with them. And then they start thinking like, oh yeah, like we're together. Like
yeah, that's a good point.
It's like, yeah, it's like you're manipulating them into thinking you guys are together. Like,
yeah, that's what you really got to do. Like, if you come off to them and you're like, oh man, this is my wife here. I see Kyle do that shit all the time. I'm like, Kyle, you're a dirty kid. I'm like, Kyle, somebody gonna really hurt you because they really be saying, they really be thinking that. I'm like, Kyle, somebody's really gonna hurt you. He's like, well, bro, I don't know. It's like, Kyle, you're fucking FI fucking trickster ass, bro. Like, god damn. Like,
geez. Do y'all think that your attraction style, like your artist seduction attraction style, have anything to do with that as well though? Like, could you still do it in an informative sense, but still like, all right, this is how I'm gonna go about doing it?
Bro, well, I do what works. So I'm a steal whatever style, like Sharingan, you know? Like I'm okay. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not me.
I like that, yeah.
Like that's not me, but if I see somebody doing something, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna take that. I'll take that. I'm gonna take that. And then put it all together. And boom, I have a whole, it's like a persona. You put on a persona, bro. It is what it is.
Yeah.
Like later on, like once you're already like together, then you know your real self comes out. She
usually be pretty upset with me though. I ain't gonna lie, like girls usually be very upset with me because once that mask wears off, I'm a very calculated and cold person. I have like it's like the no bullshit. And the person they met is like fun, outgoing, excited. And that's fucking not me. Okay.
And that's
fucking, they be like, I've been bamboozled.
Yep. I think that's the biggest issue because it's like, for me, it always ends up coming back out. So like, I can be informative and playful for a while at the initiation, but then as soon as we got to get to that real argument or first disagreement, it's back to full on entj mode. Like, yep, you did this, that, and the third. You pissed me off with this. You get on my nerves. I know I should. You know, you get right back to it, and that's the part because it's like, because you know it always.
Bro, I'm
see
just
with
mad.
energy. Yeah, we always thought it's gonna come back and bite us in the ass. It's like, man, I know if I do this something now we can, but you just know it's gonna come in. There's no more lies to be
That's not
that you
even
can get around or
my
playing
energy
around.
changes, bro. My energy
Yeah.
changes. Like
Yeah.
I'm not even. People always say, you used to be so warm." It's like that wasn't me. It's like
yeah.
Like you next to the demon lord now. You're next to the
as
fucking
I'm
demon
getting
lord.
older, it's less of a persona and more of me.
Yeah.
And especially because I'm in a relationship, so it's not like I'm trying to attract people romantically. It's like I'm just attracting them with more elements of myself. But it's like, it took time.
I feel like the persona, you and the
time.
persona, over time they become one person.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's just what happens over time. But if you think that I'm always out doing something, you got life fucked up. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not. Okay. I'm usually probably recharging or thinking about my next move or something like that, or I'm reading a book or some shit, or I'm listening to audiobooks or something like that. I am not just moving and moving and moving. Like I don't like to like waste movement. But you know,
go ahead.
Yeah, that's how I am.
No, I think for me, I am moving, but I don't feel like I'm obligated to tell you how I'm moving because I don't always know how you move. I don't care how you always moving. If it's just us, it's us. But like, yeah, I'm serious. Like I am always on the go. Like you see me, bro. I am always busy, and that's always my biggest issue with women. Women are always think like if I go on a great date night and I don't call them for a week, they literally think that I got to be talking to another girl. So be it. Even if I am, I'm just busy. That's the main thing. But I'm not doing that. But I'm legitimately I am always on the go. I really don't like sleeping too much, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm not
don't.
gonna lie. I disclose too much to people, but it's because that's how I learned to be likable.
Yeah.
Because like if I hold too much to myself, I'm already like introverted. So it comes off as me being cold and not caring. You know what I'm saying? But
I think
if I disclose, if I open up and disclose more of myself, then it shows that I'm trying to connect. Then now I'm not cold. Now I'm warm. Now we're sharing experiences. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But if I just, I know it's smarter to shut off and not disclose what you're doing. But to me, because I kind of learned how to attract people that way, then inevitably I'm disclosing too much, without me needing to. You know what I mean? Like I would like to not disclose so much when I create a connection with somebody, but it's almost inevitable at this point because it's like that's how I learned to connect with them. If I don't do that, then I don't know how to connect with them. So now, I'm kind of like between a rock and a hard place at that point.
I just feel as though like my whole like energy changes. It's like
whereas Mercer doesn't have to disclose shit and he can connect with them because he
That's
connects.
what I'm saying.
He connects with them. He connects with them in a different way than I connect with them. You know what I mean? So it's like
for me, it's like charisma. Like I connect with people with this larger than life type persona, right?
Yep.
So that's why I usually connect with people. I'm usually like, the most known guy, the most popular guy, whatever. Like that's why I really, connect with people. But like then like afterwards, I'm like, damn, this motherfucker is analytical as fuck. This motherfucker like ain't got no empathy. And I'm telling you, women can, I don't care who you are, women can only put up with a motherfucker with no empathy for so long before they get done. Okay. And that happens a lot because I don't even realize it's like, oh, you don't care about this, or I feel like I'm just this to you, and I'm just like, huh? What do you mean? Like you're over here. If I didn't want you to be here, you wouldn't be here. Like just.
Yeah, but see, that's where I have a problem with typology because you're basically saying like I have no empathy, right?
I don't have no empathy. It's just like it's very like not on my radar.
Right, but is
it empathy or sympathy?
You essentially accept that as a reality. Like
I didn't accept it as a reality. It just is what it is. Like if I'm talking to you or whatever, it's not there, bro. It's just like Christian, you know me. Like you know me before I got into typology.
But you're basically saying I'm unchanging. This cannot change about me.
No, I'm not saying that it can't change. What I'm saying is that
that
gets in the way of like the relationship, everything else.
Okay, but if it gets in the way, then how are you gonna like fix that?
Well, I mean, you just slowly fix it over time. But I mean, bro, it ain't, you just find people who are okay with that. There's people that are okay with that. In general, like they know who you are, they accept who you are, and it is what it is. But most people
I
are
don't
not
think
cool with that. I'm gonna just be straight up serious. Like,
Because
they're not cool
that's
with
the
it.
problem I have with typology.
it's
Is
some
like, oh, I have this issue. I'm gonna accept that as a reality. Therefore,
nah.
I'm always gonna have this weakness no matter what.
No, I'm just saying it
No,
just
I
comes
think
out, it raises his head.
That shit just does not make sense to me at all. Because
Well,
if
I
that
think
was true, then I would be the same exact person I was fucking 15 years ago. But I'm
no,
not.
that's
you
not.
grow, but I get where he's coming from. Like usually when I'm talking to people, I'm not trying to be relatable. It's always like I'm kind of instructing and guiding somebody on something. It's not like I'm trying to see sympathy. So you got to be careful when you say sympathy and empathy. Empathy
That's
is
too weird.
actually putting yourself in somebody's shoes. Sympathy is feeling sorry for somebody. Like I have zero sympathy for people. A lot of times I feel like you did it to yourself. But empathy is still relatable. So you can still grow in your empathy. It's if you're choosing to be select or not select. So it's not like everybody
Well,
who like
empathy is
somebody
understanding how other people
I still don't
feel.
got no sympathy or empathy. Then
I ain't got neither, bro. You tell you that I
yeah,
ain't
I
got
know I ain't got no
neither.
sympathy.
bro, if
I ain't got none.
your dad dies, don't call Mercer because he gonna say, "Oh, it is what it is." I guess I don't know. Like,
Yeah,
They know that to call me. Like,
you
don't
know
but
what I'm
no,
call
saying?
me.
it's like somebody. If you tell
I'm the
me one of your
worst.
family members died, I'm not gonna be I'm not the best person to call for that. I
I'm
feel
not.
bad for you, but
Just don't.
it's gonna be very low. I'm like,
I
it
don't know
is
what
what
to
it is.
tell you.
People
I'm just
die,
gonna flat out
but
tell you.
even
I don't know what to tell you.
yeah, but even for myself, I feel like that. Like people ask the worst question to ask me is how I feel. Like, okay, what do you want me to say? You want me to write a paragraph about it? Like, if you ask me what I'm thinking, I can give you a better answer. If you ask me what
Yeah.
I know or my thoughts on something or how I feel, it just don't feel feeling that just don't feel like it's like I really don't know. I mean, I'm
So do
not
you?
happy right now. Do you want to
But be
make up something?
100%. Do you not know, or do you not want to disclose it? That's totally.
No, I really don't know.
So you
Like
don't know how
I
people.
literally
So you don't know how
yeah. So
people
like
make you feel. Like somebody says something and you couldn't describe to them. Okay, this makes me feel upset because of this. You couldn't say
no
that.
because it's always fleeting. Is the NTJ that F5 is always kind of like fleeting. At first, I'm thinking about my own emotions, but then it's so low. It's on the lower end, so it's kind of like I don't know. It could have been fleeting. Like you could have said something that pissed me off, but because I don't take nothing personal, the thought just goes back like the emotion literally just goes like okay, it
Because a
is
lot
what
of
it
people
is.
say they don't know how they feel, or they can't say it or whatever, but it's because they lack the language to say it. It's like,
Yeah,
but
it
if you
could
give them
be.
the tools, that's what I wish Leon was here because he could talk more
Yeah.
about that. But basically, like a
I feel like I
therapist
only got
give
3
you the
emotions.
tools to communicate how you feel, but a lot of people just don't have the tools. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think
Like,
ENT that's something we definitely need to work on. Mercer, for sure. Yeah, you can work on it. He lying to you. He can work on it.
Hey, as we
He's
get
just an
on, hey, me
ass.
and
He can
Dion
work on it.
hey, me and Dion be going at it all the time. It be so
Yeah.
funny in the group, bro. We be laughing.
Yep.
I can't wait to cuss your ass out when I get out of here.
Right.
a lot of
But
people just lacking the right language because you could say,
yeah.
That's how we
for
communicate.
example, when you did
Yeah.
this made me feel like this
I just
because
feel like if
Yeah.
you make me feel some way,
you
I
know what
let
I'm
you
saying?
know right then
I
and
mean,
there,
like,
or I just let it go.
okay, I've got like FE inferior, and I, I don't think, I mean, to me personally, I don't think it's like, well, how do I put it? It's like whatever I'm feeling doesn't really come up to the surface until someone
Exactly.
actually asks me like this happened. How do you feel about it? And even at that moment, I'm like,
Yeah. Well, I
I
say
don't know.
this.
I can't
Christian the
really
same way. So I had to
No.
tell
I say
Christian
this.
how he should feel about something, and then he's like,
Yeah.
"You know what, bro? I'm getting mad about that now." I'm like,
Yeah, me too. I do that too. I get
I
mad. I
tell
do
Christian
not
how
like.
he should feel about something. He's like, I'm like, bro, Christian,
Yeah.
bro, this motherfucker doing this shit to you. He's like, you know what? That motherfucker is. Now I'm getting mad about it. Like that one time when you were with Rachel's brother.
I'll have a
Yeah.
delayed reaction.
He is a delay because Christian doesn't understand his own emotions. Like I
It's
understand
about the
my emotions
emotions.
before Christian do.
It's not about the emotions. It's because when you described what they were trying to do or what they basically
we're doing
later on, their
I just
intent
feel like,
made me angry.
yeah,
I didn't
I
catch
think,
their intent when they did it, but now
yeah,
that you put it in that context, it makes me angry. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like
yeah,
when it happened, I wasn't paying attention. I didn't know their intent. I don't know why they're doing what they're doing. It didn't phase me. But when you notice their intent and let me know, at that point, now I'm angry because now I know what their intent is. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. I get you. I just don't.
That is the process. It's not that I don't know how I feel. It's I didn't know what their intent was behind what they did. But now that you told me, now I'm angry. You know what I'm saying? That's why the delayed
Yeah.
reaction.
I
But
think just the way you personally feel is just, it don't matter at the end of the day. The result is still the result. I think that's how I usually just kind of do it.
I
So
just
like,
feel
you can
like,
ask me how I
yeah.
feel, and I'm like, it's gonna still be the same exact. There's no point in talking about
I
it.
think it
That's
just
just me.
doesn't matter. Like how I feel just
Yeah,
doesn't matter.
exactly. It don't matter.
I don't know. Andy, how does that work for you being an ISFP? Like how you feel?
I think of things, sorry, I think of my feelings like internally, and other people don't see me as emotional.
Mhm.
And I just feel so many things, and I lock inside of a door. Like I put all my feelings inside of a door, and I feel so many things. I listen to ballads, sad music, to try to help with my feelings. And then over time, it just goes away. That's how I feel.
Yeah, I don't feel nothing ever.
Me either. I feel like
You're
if
a
I give
goddamn
myself
liar,
over,
bro.
I
if I
don't feel
give
like
myself
nothing.
over,
Like I don't really feel like I don't like. I'm not
Capping
like
so hard.
how
I
Andy is
don't feel
describing.
nothing.
How Andy
yeah,
is describing like feelings. Like I'm not like getting a multitude of a whole bunch of feelings and
me neither.
And trapped behind a like. No, I don't get that. Like I either have
I
a
feel like
couple of
if I give
emotions.
it,
Either I'm
I feel
angry.
like if I,
Either I'm
yeah,
angry. I'm
yep,
normal. That's probably it.
yep. I feel
That's
like if I
probably
give
it.
into
I
my
only got like
feelings,
two emotions, either normal or angry.
yep. I feel like if I
You
give
know it,
into the
Chris. I'm either
feelings, I'm gonna
angry
be
or
angry.
normal.
Yep. I
Tell me
feel like
I'm
if I
not,
get
Chris.
into the feelings, I won't
Either
take
normal or
action.
angry. Goddamn this motherfucker, or goddamn this shit. This motherfucker. Like it's just like either
Or
that.
you just default to anger because you don't want to accept your emotions. That's the reality.
I agree with that,
That's your
because the
defense.
only
That's your
emotion I can
defense.
feel is anger.
That's
Is the
versus defense
NTJ.
mechanism. This made me sad, or this made me upset. Therefore, now I'm angry. It's like if
Yep.
I default to anger, then I don't process the real emotion that I'm feeling. I'm probably just sad about this, or I'm probably just.
But that just
upset
shows
about
you the limited use of that. As in somebody like them would be able to actually, okay, I'm feeling sad about this because of this. Because they're able to
that's
experience
called
emotions
emotional.
on a
That's
higher
called
wavelength.
emotional maturity. Is the ability to process your emotions in the right way and not just
I
default
mean,
for no reason. You know what I'm
I
saying?
do the same though. I do the exact same. Like my only
Default anger.
emotion I feel is normal anger. That's literally it. I used to go to anger therapy. I used to go to anger management all the time as a kid, and they would be like, "How you feel today? Angry." Then I'd be like, "Okay, I'm okay today." Next time, angry.
I don't feel
Next time,
angry. I
okay.
don't feel angry. Most of the time I feel
I
normal.
did.
But as
But I'm
soon
not
as
saying all the
something
time, but
happens, I'm angry. Like,
yeah.
and it depends on what. If somebody does something stupid, that's when I get the most. It's stupid motherfucker. I can't believe this stupid motherfucker. Like like
Yeah.
it's like angry.
I
So
think
you're
like
saying
I
you're
think like
saying
for like ENTJ is the emotions. If you, and I just say this last thing, what we feel like is like if I give into the emotions, I'm not gonna take action upon what I need to do. Like if I just give into the emotions, I'm gonna like, okay, if I sit here, it's not gonna change the
that's
outcome.
not
So I have
true.
to go get to action. That's
That's
just the
not
way I
true
feel
though.
about it. So I'm like, the feelings don't matter.
That's not true because if you don't process your emotions, you could act in a not ideal way.
Yeah, I mean, what you're saying is true
But
because of
what?
the emotions of anger, I could just lash out and say, "This stupid motherfucker, you stupid mother." Like like
Yeah.
and I've been prone to. I have done that. Like I've done that. I do that. I've done that to my friends. I've done that. I try not to do it anymore. But Christians know I have. Like I get angry and I'll just say something. I don't even care. Like, I can't believe you fucking did this.
Yeah, but the anger.
But to Christian's point, it can be worked on. It can be worked on.
The anger is the result of something else.
Yeah, that's true.
You felt something, and you just default to anger as a defense mechanism. But that anger is not what you're feeling. What you're underneath the anger, that's what you're feeling. It's like when
that's true.
You remember like years back, this was like 15 years ago, I think, or some shit like that. You were like 15, 16. And there was this guy from your childhood that showed up at your house and who is talking to you a certain way that made you remember how they made you feel when you were a kid.
Yeah.
And you told him you were gonna whoop his ass. You remember that?
Oh yeah, I remember
that story.
Yeah.
You were angry, yes, but underneath the anger, it wasn't just anger. He was making you feel a certain way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? About
the truth of the story was, I tell everybody, like when I was a kid, I was pretty much ass at everything, and then I just had this vision of where I was gonna go or what I was gonna do, and I put in the work. And this guy would still treat me as though I was that same person, and I'm not that same person anymore. You're about to get your ass beat, and I owe you an ass whooping from back in the day. So now I'm about to rip you apart. So you got a whole different Mercer for you. So that was totally different, you know. But yeah, Christian, man, I think anybody got any last things they want to say? I ain't trying to hold you guys up too much. Andy, anything you want to say? No.
It's like most of this live, I was just listening in.
You got to talk more.
I know. I need to work on that.
Malcolm, you got anything?
Yeah, I missed the first half. What did the topics start off before y'all got into like dating personalities and stuff? Like, what were the other topics?
We were talking about.
Was that the only topic we had?
The only big topic we had was like, what do you find more important to you? The family you create, like the friends you find on your adventure of life, or the family you're born with?
I would definitely. I never answered that question. I'm gonna go ahead and answer it now. Definitely the family you choose for yourself and that you create. Because just because you're related to somebody by blood, that don't really make them your family.
That's what I was saying.
It's not the same.
I was saying, like, you meet some people in your life that, like, it's almost like you met them in a different life or something, you know? Like, it's like
the way you bond with them.
It's different. Like, it's a totally different experience. And these people uplift you and put you in the right place. Like, you're able to actually grow. And then there's family members that are completely toxic that aren't going to allow you to grow.
I got a lot of those. There's a quote, I don't remember the author, but it says, friends are the family we choose for ourselves. And that's probably one of the most accurate things I ever read. All the different quotes and poems and books I've read. And that resonated with me just because of how true it was for my life. Like my core group of friends, my tribe, like these people, I would choose them over basically all of my relatives. Like where I am in life today has a lot to do with the people I surrounded myself with. And a lot of those people are not relative.
I think just like the people you meet, man, go a lot farther for you. I just feel like the people you meet go a lot farther. Like you'll see some people that like go out on a limb for you. Like, you know, like there's like if you are trying to actually go and promote like yourself or something, you'll meet random people that will do more for you than your own family or whatnot. And they're always constantly, yeah, bro, you can do this, or yeah, man, this shit's good, or you know what, if you did this, it'd be better. And these are just random people. They don't owe you nothing. You know, so
I mean, to me, it's more about like that choice you get to choose. So it's like, okay, if you choose and like maybe you choose a shitty person, you know you made that choice. So it's like it's also the strength that comes with that choice and responsibility. You know, like it's all on you. You know, it's like, yeah, you messed up, or it's your fault, so you fix it. You know, it sort of like gives you this strength. You know, you're not powerless. It's not like, oh, you just found yourself somewhere, you know, like in your family, and oh, they're shitty people. Like, if you get the gist of it.
Yeah, I just think
But
that
at some point, you gotta go off on your own, bro. Like, at some point, you gotta go off on your own. Like, your family's not gonna be there.
I think like Christian's
Got
saying,
their
like,
own lives. What do you mean?
family is meant for you to get to a certain place in life, and then after that, like,
It's on you.
Was your new current family that you built with your friends and connections and stuff like that.
Yeah,
it is what it is.
Yeah.
But I was just asking people because there's some people that's like, yo, family's number one. And I'm like, oh, that guy's weirdo. I was like, oh, that's weird.
Because realistically, like the people that hurt you the most in life, it's almost never a stranger.
Yeah.
It's almost always somebody that was close to you, like a relative, an uncle, or auntie, or sibling. Like it's always someone very close to you. That person cuts you the hardest. People, there's this weird old, I don't know, romanticized idea of like family being everything. Like the fast movies where family, you never turn your back, even if they do. That's like super toxic mentality because people take advantage of you when they realize that you're just never going to go away. I can hurt you as much as I want because we're family. Like you have those relationships where it's purely toxic. They're in the crime and stuff. You keep bailing them out for years. At some point, you become enabling them to keep being that person, and all the negative aspects of the relationship hit you and not them. There's nothing about that relationship.
That's the ones you got to be very wary of. Like you gotta cut
also
that.
few of my family members because of that. Like they would get me in situations where I'm like, I might get shot or get jammed up or end up in prison because every time you have me come around you, you don't tell me what's really going on, and it's a situation that you put me in danger, and you should have just told me that before I came over here. And I stopped hanging out with those relatives for that reason, and their lives are exactly where I thought they would go. And I would be right where with them if I had that mentality of, well, you always stick with family.
Oh man, I don't know. You just gotta, I don't know, man. You gotta be a little selfish, you know.
Selfishness is healthy.
I'm very individualistic kind of guy. It's bad and it's good. It has its pluses, has its negatives, you know.
Yeah.
Because when you're by yourself, it's like you could 100% trust yourself, you know, to do what's best for you. You can't always trust other people, you know. So
yeah. You just gotta. I mean, if you are somebody that's in a toxic family, I would say cut that shit the fuck off because you're not gonna grow as far as you should. If someone's negative towards you and they're negative to you every time you fucking see that person, stop hanging around that person. Stop. I don't give a damn if it's family. I don't give a fuck if it's your mom. I don't give a fuck if it's your dad. If they're negative towards where you want to go in life, every time you see them, just you better off without them. And I guarantee you, if you cut those motherfuckers off, 10, 15 years from now, you'll be in the place you want to be.
Yeah, I mean, bro, everybody's negative when you got big dreams. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, think about it, because like your dreams are so crazy, it's almost inevitable that everybody gonna shit on them.
That's a fact. They're like, you can't do that, Malcolm. I'll be like, yeah, whatever the fuck ever.
Bro, it's like part of the process. Like, it's like I said, human nature. Like, because it seems so crazy, you know.
Crazy to them because they don't believe in themselves. And so if they can't do it, they don't like the fact that you might be able to do it.
Yeah, but I mean, you gotta kind of understand that, you know. So you can't like really.
But in the process of that,
bucket mentality.
You have to, but you like if you got an impossible dream, you can't be around naysayers too long because they're slowly going to affect you and take away your dream.
You start to believe it.
You start to believe it, and you don't need no absolute doubt at all.
It depends.
Make it happen.
Some people get angry and they're more likely to do it. It just depends.
Some people do, but I'm gonna tell you, majority of people, it ain't gonna work like that. Well, you got some crazy people that will do something like Arnold Schwarzenegger. You know, like he's crazy enough to go fucking do it.
Like Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant.
You can't do this. I can't do what? You know what I'm saying? Like some people are like that. They're wired that way. And then
but that's a small amount of people. But when you give advice, you go for the general.
Yeah. And then some people just like their existence is so small that they think anything is impossible. Like I remember I told this one girl, like I was gonna be debt free. She's like, debt free? You ain't never gonna be debt free. There's always something. And it's like, bro, that goal is not that hard. Like, that's not a big goal. You know what I'm saying? It's like, imagine you told somebody, I'm gonna save 15 grand. They're like, 15 grand?
That's crazy.
That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, to them, that's crazy. But to me, 15 grand is nothing.
Yeah.
That's right.
You know
That's why we're gonna rob you.
No, you don't know my address, so you can't rob me. And we got security.
You can hack anything.
Hack anything. Yo, Kasim was looking for you, Christian, earlier. Fucking.
Where's Kasim?
I don't know. He was on here looking for you earlier, man.
Wait, Kasim's in the group again?
Yeah, he is in the Discord and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
He's a wild guy, man. Kasim.
I've been giving him workout tips and shit.
Yeah, every time he sends me messages telling me he needs to lose face fat.
Yeah.
How the hell you lose face fat? What the hell kind of workout? You know what? I don't even want to know. That's nasty. You know what?
Bro, you can lose face fat by losing fat.
Yeah, he's talking about, man, when I lose this face fat, I'm gonna be a Chad. I'm gonna be.
Man, at least he working out.
Like Kasim had me dying, bro. That's just like whole like motivation goal for life right now. It's hilarious.
Yeah, man. I've been hitting the gym heavy. I'm going again in like a couple hours too.
Shit.
I'm getting strong as shit.
What I like
anything
about
new, Malcolm? Anything you accomplished? Anything you want to talk about?
Let me think. I'm one step closer to getting my business, my new company ready to rock. I got to get my firearm certification.
Yeah,
Hey, man, the middle of my sentence can't be stopping the beginning of yours.
Go ahead, finish, Malcolm.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say that I got to get my firearms training, and I had problems with the trainer scheduling. They had some kind of emergency stuff, so now I got that scheduled for next month. So as soon as my firearms certification is done, I got 2 agency exams to do, and then I got clients lined up already for the new business.
Oh,
so I'm hoping before Christmas I'll have new contracts for both sides of that company, and I'm excited about that because all private sector work, which means way more money. And that'll be 2 successful companies. And I said by 2024, I want 2 successful companies off the ground. And I'm going to finish that by the end of the year. So I'll hit that mark. And that was like a 3-year goal. And then to be trying to build that one up and get to the 3rd successful company. And then, you know, the long time goal for me, the next 4 years, I want to get it where I'm hands off, which means I build a business enough where I have good employees, get a manager, and yeah, I'm gonna take my dividends, and that's it. I'm not coming to work no more. That's my
retirement.
A whole bunch
What
of
you're
shit,
saying is
dumping it off on somebody else.
What you're saying is we need to rob you.
Start the type.
Hey man, if you can rob me, if you can get past the guns, the bullet, if you can get past all them bullets and the dogs and shit, you deserve the money.
Nah, it don't matter, bro. I ain't getting past the bullets. I'm gonna just send undercover narc to your house.
That's not gonna work. I got motion sensors and night and infrared camera. You're not gonna work, man.
No. It's gonna be an undercover baddie. I'm gonna send it to your house.
That ain't gonna work because I'm gonna start talking to her. She gonna say something stupid. I'll be like, "Yeah, who sent your dumb ass over here?"
No.
Talking to me about mocha chocolates and springtime. I don't want to hear nothing about pumpkin spice. That's what's gonna ruin it for her. She gonna say some dumb shit.
What? Oh, so you think she gonna be white, huh?
You probably would. You would do something like that. Send over.
I'm from Miami. I got other connects around here.
No,
you gonna have some. It ain't gonna work out because see, you just told me your plans, so now I know they coming.
Nah, but you don't believe them though, so you don't know.
If they come to my house as isolated as my house is, I'm already know something up. My house is not like a neighborhood you can just pull up to.
Oh, okay. All right. Don't worry about it though. I got you.
No, it's okay. Now I'm gonna remember this because somebody gonna show up here asking for directions. I'll be like, yeah, you know Christian, don't you?
Stupid. Hey, Santo, you got anything?
Yeah, actually, it's about FE inferior. So I'm still trying to wrap my head around it. And maybe Christian can help you out with that since he's the ISTP too.
Oh, Christian, he's asking about your
up?
empathy.
My what?
Your empathy for people. Like, how'd you work on that? I guess.
Oh, how did I work on my empathy?
Let me tell you something. Christian used to be like, he's got tons
Actually,
better at
no,
that.
I have a because I have a lot of empathy, not a lot of sympathy. That's what I would say. That's what I would say.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
my empathy,
How'd you work on it?
like when I see people upset or they're crying or whatever, that's when I feel bad. But like if you tell me like some sob story or whatever, like I don't feel bad. Or even if you tell me like
Chris got no sympathy. He's got no FI.
like when you tell me, oh, this tragedy happened in Asia or whatever, and like I don't know those people, like I have no connection to the place, is like I don't feel anything, honestly. If I'm gonna be 100% honest. But if I actually know the people and I see them upset and I see what's going on to them emotionally, then I feel what they feel. So I got empathy.
That's what we're saying. He wants to know because he's
How,
trying to
how do I
figure out.
work on it? I don't think I ever had like that much problem with empathy. Um also
How do you
like,
balance it being logical? Like, because they're two different, the same side, like on axis together, TI and FE. Like, how do you balance it?
how do I balance it?
Yes.
I don't know. It's not something that I'm like really consciously like having to improve. I think my like I've been feeling more emotions as I get older. That I can say. Like as I'm getting older, it's like I notice myself like feeling more stuff.
Yeah.
Like even watching movies and shit. Like whereas like I watched a movie before and I didn't feel nothing. Now I'm like starting to feel stuff.
It's FE's growing.
Which is weird, but I
You
don't know
just
why
gotta
that
get
is.
old.
Huh?
You just gotta get old.
Functions.
You was born in the 60s, man. You getting up there in age.
Yeah, maybe like as you might. How old are you, Santos? How old are you?
25.
Yeah, you're young, so like as you get older, you experience more life. I think like inevitably you start to feel more. I think because like you can't feel what you don't know, right? That's why like kids a lot of times will do risky stuff because they've never been hurt. You know what I mean? But it's like once they experience that first pain, then now they know to fear that. So it's like experience more, get older, like just live your life and you'll feel more, I think.
Yeah. I guess it's a natural
I
progression.
mean, okay. Okay, in general, like I think I'm always out there doing my thing and actually notice like something I've actually tried out doing more of is spending more time with
You spend more time doing what?
people, like family. I mean, I something I'm actually doing now is like I spend more time with people, friends, and my family because like, I'm always out there doing my thing alone, and notice that I don't actually like dedicate time for other people. So I think I don't know.
Okay. So you're alone all the time?
Yes, and it's like a hit or miss. It's like sometimes I just forget that other people exist because maybe I'm preoccupied with whatever it is I'm doing. Maybe if it's maybe lectures, reading, you know, maybe research, whatever. It's like I don't see people. I have to like consciously do it. Spend time with people.
Like are you like do you live in a populated city or where do you live? You live in a like a small town or what?
Ah, actually, a populated city.
You live in like a city with like a lot of people?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I would say try to get out. Try to get out more and like build a friend group, experience things with people. like-minded people. You know, try not to be isolated, especially at 25. You know, 25.
I'm trying to get it. Is it because of like my inferior function? Is that like a reason why, it's like I have to do it deliberately?
Your inferior function, what?
He's
Is it
trying to
because
figure
of
out
my
how to use it, how to
How
get
do
better
you
at it.
use his empathy?
Yeah.
Well, the thing about empathy is you got to be around people to use it because you're literally feeling what other people are feeling. You're relating their emotions and they reflect on you and you feel a certain way about them. So if you're not around people, you're by yourself.
You're not gonna
You're
work on
not
it.
really developing that. Talk to more people and try to relate to their experiences with your experiences. Then you'll start to empathize more with them. That's what I would say. Because I'm sure once you get to talk to more people, you'll notice that we're a lot more similar than you may.
Lay down.
I think that's pretty solid advice. You need to be around more people. You can't close yourself off in a box. So essentially, you don't have good FE now because you're always alone.
If you don't use it, you lose it, and you don't grow it. So you gotta use it more. You gotta be around people more if you want to develop that.
Because if not, then you never have to develop taking on other people's feelings. You can keep working on your TI hero, which is logic. But if you're forced to be around other people, then you learn to take on other people's feelings, and through that, you will be able to understand people better.
Yep.
Somebody like myself, I can't take on people's feelings. I love it. I love it. Like, what? You feeling this way, huh? Like, Malcolm can take on other people's feelings.
Sometimes.
Yeah, because yours is childish.
Nah, it's limits to it.
It's FE, but you got FE child.
Sometimes people might be feeling stupid, and I can't take that on.
It's crazy, man. But all right, you guys. Zenta, you got anything else?
Not really.
All right, well, let us know next month, man. Get out there and meet people, man. And let us know if that helped.
Also, Mercer.
Sign up. Meet.com.
What's up, Christian?
No, I was gonna say, like, I'm off too. So if you want to do some more videos, have some people on, they can ask questions about different things, I could do it. I mean, I got the time right now, so
all right.
Let me know.
Sounds good. All right, well, all right, you guys, man. It was a fun one. This went off the rails. Thank you guys for coming out.
All right, peace out, yo.